Sheriff. Joining me on the desk tonight, we have Calvin Wong. Hi, Calvin. And Greg Jackson. Hi, Greg.
Hey.
Oh, we've got a nice Team Epic game lined up for everyone tonight. Yeah, see, the sound is definitely working. That is good. Yeah, so we've got Team Epic tonight. Lots of Raiders, because it's Imperial on Imperial.
Yeah, have fun trying to track this one.
Oh, I'm not even going to try, so...
I meant for the viewers.
Yeah,
especially if we're not tracking it, they're going to have no chance.
Yeah. Looks like at least it's pretty segregated by ship type, so...
Yeah.
We'll know whose side things are on. But I know there's like multiple bombers, so I don't know if they're all the same or different.
Defenders, IFOs, more defenders, Lambda shuttles, Gazantes, Raiders, Vader Raiders. It's all good. It's going to be fun. Lots of death and destruction.
Yeah. Well, they're still in setup, so...
Yeah. So FFG let us down today. We've not had our Monday news, which has been a bit of a pattern they've had. They've been giving us something to talk about. So I had to actually do research and work for the stream today, try and come up with some talking points. And one of the things that I was thinking about is whether it's time for FFG to start nerfing ships down rather than trying to build the weaker ships up. So what I mean by it is obviously we've had the X1 title come out for the TIE Advance to bring it into line with where we wanted it to be. We had X7 and TIE D for Defender. The A-Wing got the Churdan refits. All of these are buffs to bring lesser powered ships up in power level. But is it time to start trying to look at the one or two ships that have crept to the top of the power level and bring them back down? So, who wants to weigh in first on the topic?
I don't believe, I've heard the argument that, well, then my game element is invalid argument, and my counter to that is simply to ban material. And if you look at something like Magic the Gathering, they rarely ever change the functionality of the card without doing a major rules overhaul in the process.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably the best analogy for how to handle this game, because you can't make a good comparison to any sort of video game, because those have the ability to go in and change far more granular values than we do.
A patch that can change week in, week out is a very different concept to a card that is imprint eternally.
Yeah, they can adjust, for example, in an MMO, they can take a single class, choose one of the skills it relies on for damage, and then tune that thing's numbers down. They can reduce the damage of an ability by 5% or 20% or whatever they need to do to get it right into line, and they have a granularity that is simply not accessible in this sort of game because we have very large quantum steps in this game. Each discrete shift is a very large amount compared to what we're dealing with. We don't have the ability to tune things a very fine amount.
Yeah.
So,
What are your thoughts?
bad game element to do.
No, I agree. I think if you're nerfing things, then you're either changing the wording on cards that already exist.
The quote for a Phantom,
yeah, you're either changing the exact wording so that it works differently, or somehow changing the rules so that the existing wording means something differently. And I don't like either of those things particularly. So I agree, if there's something that is completely not balanced, a ban would be better. But I don't think that's a problem in the game so far, really. There are certainly strong cards, strong builds, but I don't think there's anything and has been anything ever that is at that point where you'd say, okay, this is clearly broken and needs to be banned. So I don't have a problem with the way they do it. I'd much rather they try and incrementally shift the weaker ships up a little bit than make a change to the rules or to a card that brings something down and then in the future there'll be something else that then overtakes it, and then you're like, well, do you pull that down as well and change things, or do you go back to the way the old one worked previously and like make it good again? Like, so yeah, I definitely don't like that.
I feel the only nerf we've had realistically would be the change to decloak, and I personally wasn't massively screaming for it. Didn't bother me when it did come out, but that's the only nerf which is a complete rewrite of the card for how cloaking works.
I do believe that one in particular was necessary because it did warp the meta game. It made pilot skill too important, but
obstacles just have to be within
pushed too
range
much.
one.
At or within?
You place two that are within range one of each other.
What does within mean? Only within?
You've not got your rules, right?
No,
No, sorry.
That's-
at range
that's
one.
legal.
They need to be.
So
you need to
how would you
partially.
measure if you are within range 2 of a ship when you're shooting at them? Within is the
So what's
any
in
part.
between at and within?
If your at is wholly,
No, at
No.
is it's the other way
No.
around. At
Within
is, they
range
need to
2 could
partial.
be at range 1. At range 2 could not be at range 1.
yeah.
So like tactician, you have to be at range
Yeah,
2,
you
not
can't
within
be-
range 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Has to be range 2 or further.
Sorry. So what I was going to say was on the not necessarily agreeing or disagreeing with Calvin's point about a ban list or a limited list, like living card games that also FFG products, they have limited, so you can only take if you've got 3 different cards, so just pulling stuff from Fell, because why not, you'd make Auto Thrusters, Push the Limit and Palpatine all limited, and you can only take like 2 out of the list, stuff like that, where you're trying to nail the actual combinations. That's the main problem X-Wing has, is that it's become so bloated now that there's that many different cards and interactions that it's hard to catch stuff in playtesting, so they do make it past like the U-boats. I honestly feel like they were seen in playtesting, but not to the extent that it was going to be a problem. It's only that the internet then runs with them that makes it a problem, and it's those combinations. Not necessarily
I feel like the U-boats in particular is still overwhelmed. I mean, even at their height, they weren't winning everything. They weren't omnipresent. They weren't dominant the way Whisper was dominant.
Yeah, that's kind of the point that I think is the key one. U-boats were obviously a huge thing, and maybe it was spotted in testing to some extent, but like you say, at your peak, they still aren't winning everything. They're still not winning half the things. Like, you know, it's a strong list, but there's lots of lists that were beating it.
I feel like people don't like looking at themselves. Very thin ice to walk on for me, because it's something that I said before in the past, but get good. I did a recent video on trying to fly easier list to fly, and one of the comments on this video was that I'm just telling people to go out and fly Dengaroo. So no, that's not, if that's the point you've taken from the video, you've entirely missed the point. Trying to encourage people to fly an easier list to play so that they can appreciate the options that are to be made in easier, like when to target lock over focus, when to take an evade action over a focus action, when to go aggressive at someone. Actually getting the manoeuvres down and playing an easy list well will build you up to be able to play a harder list well.
Yeah.
I don't feel there's anything wrong with having easier lists to play, but equally, if people want a varied meta that is more varied than we have now, which people want it, I'm not arguing for or against this, I'm just saying that people are complaining and want it. But there's no way of actually pleasing everyone.
Yeah, I've got a comment to address. U-boats removing choices from the meta, well, that is something that every dominant list has always done. Like,
Yeah.
the Stress Hog Rebel Regen builds remove so many things from the meta
It's-
simply by existing as
It's
well.
not.
And
You cannot remove stuff from the meta.
Yeah.
The meta is what it is.
Yeah.
The entire point of it is that it
it
changes.
defines what's good.
Yeah.
Like
So-
the existence of the quad TLT said, well, can you beat quad TLTs? No, you don't belong here. Like, there has always been a dominant list that does that, and now the U-boats knocked out the TLTs.
Right.
Like, this is the natural cycle of
Yeah, and
I'd
it
say-
changes
of games.
regularly enough as well that lists will come in and then go out and then might come back. With U-boats being less common now, TLTs have made a bit of a comeback.
Yeah.
And or there'll be other new lists that come up because Dangaroos now come a thing. There's going to be something that is anti-Dangaroo that will sprout up and be a bigger thing, and then something will come out that needs to beat that. So it's always evolving.
Yeah. You always needed to be able to beat TIE Swarm.
Did
Straight
TIE
up.
did
TIE
TIE
Swarm
Swarm
TIE Swarm existing knocks otherwise valid
Yeah.
choices out of the game.
did
because
TIE
you
Swarm
can't beat TIE
push
Swarm.
4 Ion Y-Wings out of the meta?
Yeah,
They
the
didn't
Iron
put-
Y-Wings would have been great against Fat Hand, but the existence of TIE Swarm.
Well, it didn't. That didn't exist. It was Y-Wings.
Well, I'm talking when Han existed.
Yeah.
Y-Wings as with ion cannons could have stopped it, but they just moved to the TIE Swarm.
Yeah.
Like, just not a thing.
So,
Like,
any closing thoughts? Do you agree?
Definitely what I said. I don't think nerfing is the option. I like what they're doing in terms of trying to get ships to be viable, but you're always going to have ships that aren't viable. You're always going to have lists that are strong. It's going to constantly rotate and change, but I don't think it is a bad thing that there are strong lists, because that's just the way it's going to be.
like honestly, this
Yeah.
when you have this many game elements, there's always going to be some combinations that are better than others.
Yeah, and that's the entire point of tournament play, is that you're trying to find the best list. Because the best player, I'm going to come out and say this now, the best player won't always win an X-Wing tournament. Because dice, lists. It's a combination of the list you take, your skill as a player, and your luck on the day.
Yeah,
The,
combination of all
those three things, the factor on the amount of which each one will take in a given day will change, but you're not going to find the best X-Wing player unless you do it on averages and everyone has to use the same list.
Yeah.
And then you're not playing X-Wing, you're playing chess.
But like poker,
those are the people-
cream
yeah.
will rise.
I'm not saying that
Players will overall.
I'm not
do
saying that
better.
player skill is not a factor,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, those are the people who just always want Fox Final Destination, no items. And that's not, you're not really playing the game anymore.
so it looks like we have an asteroid set up, so let's throw it over to the table.
Yeah, looks like
Hope I set this up correctly.
That's only 15 minutes.
Yeah. A new dice tray. So a dice cam is now brought to you by Rolling Skulls. Search for the
yeah.
Etsy store. And there isn't 18 seconds left. We're not going to, jip you out of the game.
Shortest game of Team Epic ever.
Still too long.
Even gonna bother with a timer? No.
I might give
not.
it like a 3-hour timer.
Just to make sure we go home at some
Yeah.
In fact, we'll go 2 hours 30.
Yeah.
With all those X7 titles floating around, it could just be shooting and doing nothing.
Well, at least a lot of things are rolling 3 dice, so hopefully the big ships go down.
So, which raider shall we talk about first?
Yeah, unfortunately, there doesn't look like there's anything.
There
about
is
those options.
nothing mounted on
It's
the
just there.
Gazanti.
Alright, so
This one is Patrick's raider on the list.
Alright. So, Patrick's Raider is King of the Missiles. Homing missiles, proton torpedoes, and ordnance tubes. Weapons Engineer, So when it acquires a target lock, it can
Acquire 2.
Yeah, you can acquire 2. Impetuous, which is the title, which is after you perform an attack that destroys an enemy ship, you may acquire a target lock.
Yeah.
And ion pulse missiles. So this thing is just going to run around firing all the warheads
It's just-
everywhere.
That's actually pretty close to what I built because I was
On standby.
on standby for potentially taking over from Jerry, and I built a raider with weapons engineer and a whole bunch of torpedoes and missiles as well.
And then we have some Gamma Squadron veterans.
Hey, this is basically my Gamma Squadron veteran.
So
One of them is my Gamma Squadron veteran. Deadeye, plasma torpedoes, extra munitions, and guidance chips. The other two's upgraded to proton because he had the extra 2 points.
and we have I suppose we should do
this
the
is
rest of
Patrick,
Clay's
so-
list.
Yeah. Allied with him is Clay with Glaive Squadron. Like
Glaive
really
Squadron,
Glaive Squadron.
Glaive Squadron, and Glaive Squadron.
No, it's Glaive Squadron.
Yeah. All of it.
Like actual Glaive Squadron. There's 4 of them. Given how few TIE defenders there are, that is probably actually all of Glaive Squadron.
Squadron of 12.
Anyways,
all TIE fighters.
this is the setup. This is the 40-point setup that I've been experimenting with as well. There's a lot of ships on this side of the table that are things that I have flown. This is Predator, Ion Cannon, TIE Glaives.
Yeah.
And they've got Palpatine with Sensor Jam.
And he is in
Omicron
Omicron.
pilot.
So then we have Jeremy and Jerry's list. So Jeremy is flying the Gazanti. He has automated protocols, weapons engineer, Grand Moff Tarkin, a suppressor title, and a sensor team.
Because I forgot.
Yeah, I will do momentarily, and a dual laser turret. So Tarkin is obviously a huge ship only. At the start of a combat phase, you may either choose another ship at range 1 to 4, and either remove 1 focus token from the chosen ship, or assign 1 focus token to that ship. So pretty good. And
Good counter to those Deadeye.
yeah,
And he's packing.
yeah. Then we have Vessery with Duke, Twin Ion, and Max and X7. Merrick Steele with Duke, Twin Ion, and X7. Glaive Squadron Pilot with Duke, Twin Ion, and X7. And Lieutenant Kozit. Just bare bones, sad panda, Lieutenant Kozit.
What system does he have? He's got.
No,
Did you not give Coulson a system at all?
did you know?
Coulson, did you not give him a system?
Yeah,
Oh,
so he does
X1.
have Advanced Tag Team.
Excellent.
Oh, he has an ATC.
Yeah. And then
And Jerry. Jerry's got a Raider. Raider with Vader.
It was there, you just had
Repair droid, quad laser cannons, 2 of them, an engineering team, automated protocols, and the Instigator.
yeah.
And then he's got a whole bunch of Epsilon Squadron pilots with weapons guidance.
Yep.
That'll be an interesting one. Weapons guidance does make their focuses a little better, but I don't know if it's decent. So, I mean, there are definitely those times where you go hit blank and go, I really wish.
So we won't be tracking any stats on the screen. We want to keep it for the actual action. The dice cam I'll turn on and off at some point.
As it happens, Jerry and Jeremy, Team J, have the red defenders, although they have X7s and not glaives, and not as many glaives. Go figure.
Between the 4 of them, they had 3 red TIE defenders and 4 grey ones, so they decided.
Well, I suggested that they switch so that we can at least
Yeah.
tell which ship is on which side. It will help because this way, of the one shared ship, they're color coded.
so far over there.
Since one side is nothing but defenders and bombers, and the other side is nothing but TIE FOs, advanced, and defenders, that at least makes it a little easier.
So we have. I suppose I could turn the scoreboard off as well for now.
We don't need it just yet, and they're in deployment. Have you guys actually begun deployment?
The deploy.
Okay.
So I'm excited to see exactly what impact a missile bolt raider has.
Yeah, I was kind of curious to try it.
Yeah.
And I initially, when I was building, I was putting like 3 missiles or torpedoes on it. But if they require a target lock and you have to spend that target lock, then you can still only fire 1 per turn. So the weapons engineer was a way to be able to fire 2 missiles in a turn. And then is it the title that if you destroy a ship you can acquire a target lock?
Impetuous is the
Yeah, so it's possible to fire 3 in a turn if you weapons engineer to get 2 and then kill something and get another target lock. Or you take a missile that doesn't spend the target lock, like an
Homing missile, ion missile.
Yeah.
So Audio Weasel in the chat has just pointed out that it's also really efficient energy management.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
don't need energy.
That was the other thing I noticed. I'm like, okay, I don't need to worry too much about spending energy on things.
Oh, he's got missiles, tons of missiles.
And speaking of homing missiles, they're there.
So yeah, he has the ions, he has the homing.
Yeah, homing missiles and proton torpedoes are out of the side, so he's not going to be able to fire them in the front arc.
Because in the other option,
But in the front arc, he's got the primary. So.
Yeah.
Possibly twice.
we've got that trying to hunt us down, and he's got bombers loaded up with munitions as well.
Jerry does like pink, so
2 protons and a plasma.
It's a reddy pink.
So if that's where the
It's a reddish pink.
yeah. Well, he paints a lot of things randomly pink. If you could look at the FOs closely, you would know that they were also a little pink.
looks like he's painted them like the Thai SF,
Except pink.
except pink. So is that the final setup for the huge ships? Is that the setup positions for the huge ships? Like,
I think we're still trying to decide where stuff's going. Is anything important?
Yeah, we got the big ships here.
Yeah, so it's a
alright. So the
We're
raid
still
is
deploying the Skill 1 Epsilon squadrons.
Yes. Taking your time.
Fly Jonas with torpedo missile raiders.
You know, quad
Yeah.
lasers are secondary weapons.
Yeah. I still prefer.
It doesn't matter what's on the radar. You fly Jonas next to it and it's awesome. Because those are all secondary weapons.
I need Paul Heaver to tell me how to pronounce that stupid K-wing pilot again.
SC.
Esagi Tuko or something. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody cares.
I think you'll
flying
find
character.
anyone flying a Corvette cares a lot
that guy that lets the Corvette have a focus token.
because it becomes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the one thing with the huge ships is they can fire a lot, but no focus unless you get some kind of assistance.
This ship but you're also really strong with, this ship gets a buff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we don't see more Torquil Mux to knock them down to skill 0. But I guess that's because Hawks are terrible.
No, you don't see Torquil tracking to 0 because Rourke then knocks him back up to 12.
Well, you know, you decoy it.
Yeah, well, regardless, something happens. Besides which, it's not one of the 3 viable scum ships.
What the Curex and the Seek and the Star Viper.
Yeah. See,
This
that's
triple
what.
Star Viper is the scourge of the space lanes.
See, I was hoping that we'd get a scum epic list made up of like all of those types. Nothing but Star Vipers, Seeks, and Kirax.
We do have the Epsilon squadrons deployed in the top right. Have a pulp shuttle chasing down that raider. I can't wait for him to do a 3 forwards and then a hard turn with that raider, push his own shuttle.
Only an epic ship could do a hard turn.
Hard enough. But if that pulp shuttle doesn't go slow,
Yeah, there is no other kind of shuttle, unfortunately. It's so efficient, it's so terrible.
So they're trying to kill me.
oh, you want to just take Janos with anything in Epic. You're rolling that many dice already, throwing an extra one is definitely worth it.
Yeah. And then you can have it target locked, focused from the K-Wing pilot.
And then you need the new Arc 170, where that can let you just use it per target locks.
Yeah.
That feels like it's a little excessive.
If you're gonna go on a gimmick, Calvin, you've got to go all the way.
No, because the Corvette can take its own target locks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
but
one shot.
Yeah, if you need it for
How many
multiple.
shots are you doing, man? Come on.
Well, weapons engineer, clearly.
Yeah. It can still shoot one 3 times.
Yeah, and you gotta have Garvin. Oh no, he can't pass it. Yeah, and you need some other way to change the focuses, so you can get 2 target locks from weapons engineer.
You can still pass it to Asagi.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
So-
triple shuttles with Fel have been decent, but largely because that is so much bloody health to choose through.
I played against triple shuttle and fire spray list at an over open last year. 9 days away, by the way. 9 days I shall
You
be.
try that one. I do that one.
Oh, I won. I blocked up. Well, the shuttles tried to block up Han, who had Lone Wolf. So I took the block and then proceeded to kill all the shuttles while Miranda got behind him. And then broke off when it suited me. And then suddenly I was behind all the shuttles.
And ignore Fel.
It was fire spray, not Fel.
Oh, right, ignore Fel. Well, Fel might have been different, but who knows. But yeah, so this Nova Open thing, they're going to be there, right?
Yes, I am.
I killed everyone.
Hey, what are you playing at the Nova Open? Imperial Assault?
I'm playing Imperial Assault Championships, the Imperial Assault Narrative, and then the X-Wing Championships. I had to drop. I was going to do the Armada Narrative, but I cannot afford that much excess luggage to take. Because of the nature of a narrative, you make different lists depending on the missions and things like that. So I'd have to take all of my Armada.
See, what you need is a friend who lives in the area who has Armada stuff but isn't using it, and then you can just borrow this.
You've met me, right? Yeah, friends.
That's a good point.
No, let's not go around the corner because everybody's gonna die. Exactly. I'm already dead.
Yeah, nobody likes you, Chris. Clearly.
But, everyone knows that you're also loaded, so you could just go there, buy a bunch of Armada stuff to use in that event, and then just leave it there and not care.
That's true. I did get accused of being another YouTuber who only cares about clicks and subscriptions the other day. So that was entertaining, because I'm raking it in from my 100 views per video.
Oh, and don't forget your sweet minimum wage retail job.
Yeah. Things I do for X-Wing.
Yeah, how are you not rating? I mean, I guess to some people, Canadian minimum wage does seem like a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I've been to Africa, and yeah, it is a lot of money. When you're looking at trading for trainers for like a week's worth of food.
So it looks like we're pretty much set up. Dials are going down.
Yeah. Well, this one's going to be messy.
So So those episode and squadron look like we're about to get picked on.
Yeah. Coming from it from the perspective of the Deadeye bombers and TIE defenders, which I love, I would just fly over there and beat the crap out of some Epsilon and then swing into the middle of the board.
I'm a little bit worried about that Gazanti slowing that Raider down, because the Vader Raider is the one that's got to be doing a lot of heavy lifting.
Yeah, with the way that's been set up, that Raider's not getting into the fight for a little while.
Yeah, that back Raider is not going to come out very quickly. The unpainted Raider looks like he's going to be able to get some torpedo shots off pretty quickly. It's really going to depend exactly where stuff ends up for those target bombs.
So yeah, I think definitely advantage playing Pat based just on the setup.
Well, Pat's starting to be a bit of an epic shark now, you know. Oh, come down and play epic. It's fun, guys. Fun. Get crushed.
Well,
You mean playing top tier competitive lists isn't fun for you? Madness.
I might take Dangaroo to Nova Open.
Oh, did you see someone actually did really well in that UK Nationals with Juno? So clearly it is just you needing to get good.
yeah.
Really well. Define really well.
Top 32.
There you go. I was in the top
Nationals.
32 of the regionals.
Yeah, about that.
I was.
How many players were there in that?
27.
Yeah, but this was a national, so your point is invalid.
I did. Did I do better than you at Canadian Nationals? Is that you, Greg? Who won when we went to Canadian Nationals? I beat you, but you
I
finished
finished
higher.
higher than you in the standings, so
But I beat you in the game.
I think we both lost.
Yeah, we both lost. Stupid wrong.
Because neither of us made top 8.
Absolutely smashed my fat hand.
Because if you hadn't beat me,
I would have had to play.
I would have
I would
made
have
top 8.
got, I would have got to beat the winner, and then Ron would have got to play.
I would have got to play him and beat him with my Whisper.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
and then we both would have made the cup.
Yeah.
What a difference it would have been.
Maybe you should have just both been better.
Oh, Greg,
those other people.
as I recall, Greg was pretty bad in that game.
See? That's my point, right?
My Whisper against your fat hand. Yeah. It was
That really
always.
goes one way.
But I had pocketed air wings as well, so he had to kill the air wings so that was their shooter. No, it was good fun.
Yeah, well.
They're not as good. But it's the
I don't know. The J team appears to have offered Pat and Clay the chance to refuse flank. So on a table this size, it's very hard not to look at it a lot like Warhammer 40k specifically.
It makes it feel like a real space battle where positioning actually matters.
This is true. Where initial deployment actually matters because some stuff is just going to deploy too far to position.
Yeah.
I mean, they've offered a refuse flank here, so.
All you need to do is pull, if those epsilons
Oh
fly,
yeah, they just run the hell away.
Yeah.
then everything's got to chase into
The opposites.
giant ball of raidery and Gazanti death.
Yeah, I don't see why
So
not.
concentration of firepower is a big deal in this. Epic really does lend itself to, well, concentrating forward firepower.
So people should definitely fly my X-Wing trench run list. It's the best epic list there is.
See, if you're playing Team Epic,
You could fit
add,
the actual number of ships
Yeah.
in properly.
split it between the
3
two,
Y-Wings in Han and 6 X-Wings. Yeah.
and you'd have points left over.
I'll take the initiative bid.
Well, you do have to pay some
Like a
points
50
for.
point.
You do have to pay some points for upgrades. Remember, all of them had proton torpedoes.
Yeah.
R2D2 was there.
But he
and you had
fit.
a bunch of named pilots.
He fit.
Luke with R2.
Remember, Garvin died there.
I know.
You fit like Han.
He's in the
Base.
west.
Yeah.
He's in the west.
Oh, are all
It's the
the named
trench run.
pilots that are there?
Yeah.
Dutch.
Dutch is
died
in.
there.
Yeah, Dutch is in.
Yeah, you had 3, 3, and 2. 3.
Yeah, it was only 2 Y-wings. I couldn't fit the third Y-wing in.
And that was
No,
in
that's
and that was in 300
You
points.
need the third Y-wing.
So that's why
Oh,
I'm saying
400 you can do it.
in team effort you can add that extra Y-wing, and you'd have some points left over to throw some extra stuff, or some extra upgrades or something, or a giant initiative bit like Chris is talking about,
Well,
like a crazy man.
Porkins was there too, right? I mean, what 6X
Yeah.
I couldn't fit Porkins in. It's some red squadrons.
Alright,
just
so
fill it
For
out.
400, you could definitely
Upgrade.
fit Porkins and the others.
Yeah, you can do
Yeah.
it properly. It was Garvin and 2, and then
Yeah,
Two Red
two.
Squadron
He doesn't
Yeah.
have a.
And then it was
Big doesn't have it.
Biggs, Wedge, and Luke as the second group for a third attack run, where Luke dead eyes it.
What would you do for the Imperials? I mean, obviously, like a squadron.
That's it. That's your 300 point list. 2 Black Squadrons and Vader.
You gotta have Mauler in there. And
Mauler and Wingunda. And Vader. Job done. Bring it on, boys. The rules are that only Han is allowed to shoot at them.
Right, because they're all shooting at the trench, so. That would be an interesting but probably terrible themed game to try.
Because you've got Han, who only has to kill 3 Imperial ships.
Who aren't shooting back at him. Because their mission objective is to kill the X-Wings.
Man, when you put it that way, the Rebels are always going to win that final battle. Yeah,
Well, the Rebels do always win, except for Han. There
There was a guy downstairs earlier on buying Home 1 for Armada. I said, oh, you've got to get a Liberty as well there, so you can recreate the joy of dying to a Death Star. A Liberty's claim to fame.
being the first thing shot by the Death Star.
Cannot repel firepower of that magnitude.
Did they do a Mon Ramonda title?
No, it's Moncrack and nothing. There's no...
Montaigne?
That's Hans.
Mon Ramonda was Han's flagship in the Hunt for Sage.
Oh, yeah. It's all in the...
There's a themed list for Armada. Mon Ramonda plus Rogue Squadron. And Wraith Squadron. And Polearm Squadron. Shit, I forgot. Oh, Nova Squadron was the Demon Squadron.
Nobody likes Nova Squadron.
But there was actually Nova Squadron. It was actually a thing.
Do they not die?
A number of them died. I think like Polearm and Nova suffered pretty heavy casualties in the last fight.
Because they're not Wraith and Rogue.
Yeah.
So their plot devices, oh no, this entire squadron was wiped out with only 1 survivor. Let's indoctrinate them into Rogue Squadron. Yeah.
That was the thing that bothered me. Like, Stackpole kept talking about how the Rogue Squadron way was to leave bits and pieces of X-Wing scattered about. And that doesn't actually kill that many people. I mean, of the initial induction into Rogue Squadron, I think he killed like 4 of them. And one of them didn't even die in combat. Let's see, Pesk died and Dourney.
They all died on that planet.
Yeah, no, 2 of them died on Orleans. Pesk and Dourney.
So,
Eugene got shot in bed.
as long as Corrin's okay, because then he can give us a nice thumbs up. Okay, guys, it's all good.
For the other 3 books, Shield is the only one.
Yeah, but lots of other X-Wings die.
Not actually. Like, there aren't actually any other X-Wing squadrons in
it's
those
never
books.
X-Wings that die. It's always A-Wings and Y-Wings.
There aren't even
Suckers.
any A-Wings in those first 4 books. It's only Defender Wing for the most part.
Oh, yeah.
Defender Wing takes some casualties, but not a lot, not, and you don't hear them talk about it much. Guardian, Warden, and Champion squadrons, who for some reason are now flying K-Wings. They really missed a trick there for the... They really missed a trick when they were making those Y-Wings. They could have made the Skill 4 Y-Wing Guardian or Warden Squadron. Well, not Warden Squadron, those guys were the idiots.
Grey Squadron's better.
Your back guys won't get in range, but you could
Because you get Horton.
position them to where they need
Horton commanded Defender Wing. That was his unit. He He was the general in command of the Defender Wing. Like, one of the very first things you see in the Rogue Squadron books is Horton getting pissed off because the Rogues staged a training attack, and as Wedge put it, he made Guardian, Champion, and Morning Squadrons look as if they were lame, sick, and dying. It was an 8-to-1 kill ratio.
It's because they were in X-Wings. The best ship in the game.
Well, Defender Wing killed 4 X-Wings and lost 30 Y-Wings, so
How can you kill a person that's left alive?
I'm gonna go with a Rogue Squadron victory on that one. It was 12 X-Wings against 36 Y-Wings. 8-to-1 kill ratio.
They obviously weren't BTL'd. They had like people trying to point the turrets at things.
Well, also plot armor.
So we have almost finished the first spate of manoeuvring. The large ship done.
Yeah.
We're on to a huge ships now.
Yeah.
So the Gazanti does it plow?
It should fly straight at it. Well,
Are we going to plow into the defenders?
I really hope they didn't make a mistake of that magnitude, stepping on their own TIE defenders. Doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well, as long as you lock down your weapon.
Let's make this game nice and short by just running over our own ships.
He's good.
Tons of room. Engine.
Yeah,
Oh, you can't.
Gonna go with the 4.
You can't engine boost onto something, can you? No. And that's before you do your maneuver. But there is an upgrade that lets you do a one straight in action.
I think
forget.
that's Raider specific, is it?
I think it is. Yeah, I think it's a crew or something, or a team or something like that. Engineering team, maybe.
Sorry, just a random comment from Twitch chat would be the X-Wing fix should be called plot armor.
That's reasonable. I mean, they don't have anything else.
The first time the ship dies, just deploy it wherever you want, full health. 0 points.
No, the first time the ship dies, discard all damage cards and remove all shield tokens, and restore all shield tokens instead. Because, oh no!
Can you?
Shut down at all.
It's because the 2 unit managed to, bolt that stabilizer back now.
Lock it down.
Yeah, I know. It's just I tried to go through the rules last night.
Yeah. Epic is a mess. My only real complaint with the scale and design of X-Wing is that you don't really see a lot of things that look like actual squadrons or fleet groups even. Just because there's always, I'll take one of this ship, and one of this other ship, and one of this, 2 of this other ship. And it's like, it doesn't look like an actual flight crew.
You obviously never saw my 6Z95 and Outer Rim smuggler list. Oh, that was a joy. It was a thing of beauty.
So that's why
Nobody flies
Calvin.
that in tournaments.
That's why Calvin likes to build squads.
Because
No one else does. He wants it to be real.
Okay, so where's your squadron of T65s, Calvin? Oh, the shit, so you've not taken them. Where's your squadron of Qraxes, Calvin? Oh, the shit, so you've not taken them. I'm quite happy for you to take identical ships.
I've done it in casual games. I've done the 4065 list. I have a Corsair patrol squad.
The only reason I fly 4 Y-Wings with TLTs is because it's fluffy. Oh,
It's
shit.
a flight crew. It's not the only reason, but it is a reason. And I have done that. I've flown the 4B wings because they're 4B wings.
Oh, yeah. Bit of a weak list over.
It's just like I can't give him the 4.
It's okay, I've flown loads of fluffy lists.
Hey, I flew Green Squadron.
In escalation when it's good.
I've also taken it to 100 points. They traded rockets for refits. So they were 25 and I could fit 4 of them.
Yeah.
I've done 4 Royal Guard pilots with push.
The worst list I've ever taken to a tournament was my Defender Swarm.
When they were bad.
2 defenders.
Yeah.
That's the swarm of defenders.
It was at the time. Rexwell and Vessery, that's like 200% more defenders than people are used to seeing on the table.
No, you can't have a percentage relative to 0. So your statement is mathematically incorrect.
infinitely no more defenders than people are used to seeing on the table.
Did you see UK Nationals? There was a triple defender list. It wasn't the identical triple defender list, which makes me sad, but it was a triple defender list, and I will get to that. Just it wasn't 3 glaive, which is what I would like to see.
So, I don't even know what won UK Nationals.
UK Nationals?
Yeah.
U-boats. Haha, torpedoes.
They're so broken. I need to nerf them.
You know what? I don't even care. I don't
I
think
hate X-Wing, Chris.
in a competitive game, I don't think I've actually beat 3 U-boats, and I still don't think they're that good.
People just need to get good.
I can isolate almost every loss to mistakes I made in gameplay, and dice for 1 loss.
Well, on that one store championship, Greg had had some pretty ridiculous dice. Bad luck.
That's fine.
He parked a jump master on in the mirror, he parked a jump master on the rock for the first salvo, and he still took a jump master off the board.
Yeah.
With his 2 torpedo shots. And I needed the 3 to kill one of his. He's just like...
Get good, man. No shooting.
Yeah, I know, I need to roll evades on the green dice. But that is a skill you haven't mastered.
I don't need to. Just gonna fly ghosts.
So, no shots in turn 1.
What is it roll?
The Raiders inch towards each other.
Nothing has happened.
That's not true. Things moved.
Things move.
Alright, no dice were rolled.
This turn, there's gonna be some shooting. Actually,
It has begun.
yeah, Raiders only got primary of range 4, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so he's
Like
still too
Corvette.
far.
Honestly, though, that range 2 to 4 opens up this huge range band up close, so
Yeah.
I definitely got that.
So they are back to dials.
They are repainted Thai FOs, the ones that have got the red on them. They
Yes,
are not
and
the
that's
special
not
forces
actually-
track.
In the top
I don't think
corner.
that's actually red. I think that's pink. Or is it red?
It's a pinky
It's
red.
pretty pink.
It's a white red. Salmon.
Those are not special forces ties. Sorry, guys.
It's time for that.
That would be so good.
Yeah. Do you guys have shipping information for that yet? From
No.
Yeah, Calvin. Flying rampant suddenly became comfortable.
I know. It's like, well, that's why I asked. Who knows?
overnight.
Maybe someone new took over, fired almost everyone involved in the current way they run things, and changed things. You never know. Sometimes it happens.
Chris's opinions are not for a sentry box.
Century Box does not officially endorse the opinions.
See, sometimes
A
Lion
disclaimer.
Rampant
for
put
commentaries.
the release date on their website on the item once they know, but we can't even check that because their website is down.
They told us the website will be down now, so that's okay. Down for 3 weeks. The website will be down for 3 weeks for maintenance. Really, guys? Really, 3 weeks?
What sort of defective monkey low bidder did they hire for that ID job?
I don't know, there are probably some military contractors who build aircraft as well.
It's a new website that they just had done, and it was online for about 3 weeks, and then was clearly not working properly, so now it's offline again. But
Well,
no.
either they had an incompetent moron for IT, or they let administration make decisions about it. That's the fastest way to make sure a rollout doesn't work as planned. Let administration have a say.
But if I had to guess, I leave for the UK for 3 weeks on Thursday, September 8th.
What
So
time's your flight?
So that's probably the day that they'll release,
Fingers crossed.
so that I have the maximum amount of time
Not
away
having-
of not
I'm
having them.
We'll sell out for when you get back.
Everyone will
The
be
second print wave will arrive.
everyone will be bored of Wave 9 by the time I get back. And not
Well, then you
want to
can
play.
fly it against things that aren't it. I mean, that's what happens every wave. You go, like when Veterans came out, it's like, oh, look, it's Defenders against Defenders again.
Yeah, that's true.
So you'll have the advantage. We'll all be bored of it, and then you can fly them. And we'll already know how to beat it because everything
Yeah.
we come up with will be.
Yeah.
You'll know how to beat it because it's not a good wave.
How dare you,
Really
sir?
doesn't look like it.
How dare you?
I think this is the wave I've been
Oh,
least
yeah.
excited for.
Protectorate fighters all the way.
What you should definitely do is the head-on protectorate suicide. I want to lose this game maneuver. I'm pretty sure that's what FFG called it on the article.
Oh wait, no. It's wave 10 I was least excited for. Wave 9 is a close second. It's wave 9 is a stupid repainted TIE fighter.
Wave 10 is also a stupid repainted TIE fighter.
No, wave 10 is actually literally a TIE fighter. A literal repainted TIE fighter.
Exactly.
But it comes from Rebels,
Yes.
and it's got like a
Wave
Ahsoka Tano
9.
in it.
Wave 9 has a couple of interesting mechanics I should like to explore. But wave 10,
It's got Ahsoka Tano in it, so it's a win. Because that means I'm one step closer to Ahsoka making it to Imperial Assault.
Never.
where she'll be useless.
I don't care.
I don't like Ahsoka that much.
She's awesome. She's good. In Rebels.
Like, it felt, to me, it almost felt like they were going, how can we take the character of Anakin in Episode 1 and make him more enjoyable?
That's a lot. Being a big fan of the character of Anakin in Episode 1,
And particularly the line, "Are you an angel?"
I can't even finish this train of thought because of the rage. Literally, saying that out loud has given me an aneurysm, and I think I might have died. I don't know.
You know, we're just sit there
Are you an angel now, Chris?
You're going Judeo-Christian mythology. I think he's coming from the wrong end for that.
I believe season 1 of Clone Wars and the feature special that started it. Ahsoka's a bit but it's okay because Obi-Wan's alright. But then towards the end, when you have the actual storyline about Ahsoka being betrayed by the council and stuff,
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
and that's the Ahsoka we all know and love.
I didn't watch that until a while after it had come out, though. So I watched the first season right when it came out, and spent several years just going, "It's annoying. We just want to smack the stupid out of her." Like, sure.
But at no point does she utter the line, "This is pod racing," when it clearly isn't. It's actually flying in a Naboo Starfighter. It's not pod racing. It's nothing like it.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you want more Anakin quotes?
I think we can all do without.
So in this game, the TIE foes continued their run towards
Safety.
safety, but I don't think
Flame Squadron.
they're going to get there.
Classes, though.
'Cause it looks like there's a
The 3 bank will fit around that rock.
for that top left one, yes. So they're going to take some fire. The TIE advance is chasing, well, going to fly head on at that raider. Seems like a good plan.
would be really sad if Pat messed this up and his Gamma Squadron veterans got stepped on.
Oh boy. No, he knows. He's only done it one straight. He knows.
What if he hasn't?
He's done it 3 straight.
I don't like this random scheme.
Yeah, Chris, tell us what to say.
So I've only ever actually played one game of Epic that wasn't like a mission that came in the huge ships, and that was when the Rebel Transport got released. I played a Team Epic game. It was me and a guy called John against Jeremy, and I did destroy at least one of my own ships by swinging the back end around and catching it.
Well, you'll back to Connecticut in a hurry.
I hope that they've dialed in
Probably
a right
will.
turn for this raider. Accidentally dialed in a right turn. Yes.
Did I?
I hope so. For comedy value.
Chris enjoys your suffering.
Only if you get caught. Cheat as much as you like otherwise.
Like the Dark Eldar and Warlock players, he feeds on your tears.
I trust you. You trust me.
Would have been a steal, but this is looking awkward.
This is the big banking I expected from the non-glaive glaives.
From the X7s. Yeah. The thing about the actual glaives is they have a lot of firepower.
Yes, they do.
They will probably murder whatever they manage to get into Arkham, all 4 of those. But they've been successfully drawn through the asteroids by those Epsilons, so that may not actually.
It's all going to come down to the exchange in the middle of the table. If
Those bombers are in good position for
yeah.
Deadeye, but it matters what actually is going to float into their arcs.
If the Epsilons can distract the TIE glaives for long enough, it should be irrelevant. But I personally would have wanted those ion cannons smashing into that raider, reducing its efficiency.
Yeah. And they're going to hit. I mean, they've got Predator, they're going to hit.
Yeah, energy control is really, really strong, and ion cannons just do such a good job of it.
Energy manipulation is one of the most important parts of Epic, and it doesn't exist in the And its interactions with ion cannons actually significantly change how you value certain abilities. So, because large ships not collecting ion tokens and instead using energy is a very relevant thing.
Yeah.
Not really collecting, or rather treating ion tokens in the same way.
It's one of the reasons why I like the missile torpedo raiders, because you don't care as much about energy. So
Yeah.
I mean, you still want it, but
Yeah, you want it to
it's not going to
regen
prevent
yourself.
you from firing.
Well, yeah, he's got the instigator set up with automated protocols and engineering teams and the repair droid. Honestly, when you hosted the Epic tournament here, that's what I flew, an instigator raider set up to, well, refuse to die by constantly going, haha, I recover efficiently, and all my shields go back up.
Did
Every
you
single
then
turn.
run into four IGs and 4
I never
TLTs?
actually played that matchup, despite the fact that there were 3 of them floating around. I never actually played it. I could have in the finals if I'd been paying attention, but
I would. I'd still put my X-wings against them. the trench run is a winning epic list.
Yeah, sure it is.
It's awesome. It just
Wow.
annihilates any huge ship in one turn.
We are going to run an epic tournament soon, so maybe you can try it, Chris.
Are you
Bring it
gonna,
out. Put your money where your mouth is.
you're gonna let me play in a tournament?
Instead of casting it,
Well,
I don't
feel-
mind casting in your place. Even though I could do Blade Squad.
So that's better than the trench run because it's got defenders in it.
I would have to
do 9 defenders.
for Blade Squadron.
Yeah, just do 9 defenders.
Borrow defenders from anyone who's not using theirs, and just hurl wave after wave of TIE defenders at people. All of them identical.
You just all you
Okay, let's see.
do with the trench run list is you send Han into the middle of the fighters and let him do Han things, and then send everything else at the biggest, nastiest target they have, and go. Well, I'm going to be firing 7 torpedoes at you. Can you take that or not?
And then you fired your torpedoes and Han's died horribly at the hands of their fighters, and then their fighters come and kill your X-Wings that have no torpedoes.
Because you've got Wedge and Luke, man. You're trying to tell me that Luke and Wedge can't just clean up leftovers? Oh. Haven't you seen Star Wars?
Yeah, man. Read a book.
I'm actually
Read specifically
reading.
an X-Wing book.
I'm
Which
reading.
is awesome.
I'm reading Aftermath right now, and he just got captured. So
Yeah, it's a big
Yeah,
winner.
because he wasn't in an X-Wing.
Yeah, the stupid Wedge. That was my least favourite part of Aftermath.
he was unable to take on an entire Star Destroyer on his own. Like, he's terrible.
Without an
Clearly.
X-Wing, yeah.
Yeah.
You know how
But
many
his job was like, hey, let's
That's
take our best fighter pilot and then put him on the ground. Genius.
See, it's not even that. One of the things I actually dislike about any Star Wars book in general is there's always a time where you ingeniously take on a Star Destroyer in your single ship all alone and escape and live to tell the tale. And it's at what point do the Imperials start saying, you know, when you lock onto them with a tractor beam, use 2 at different locations on the ship, because what we're going to do is fire a proton torpedo up the beam and then run away every time.
Or they'll use the covert shroud like Luke did in the first Thrawn trilogy. But then in Hand of Thrawn, Lando tried that and it didn't work.
Because he got better. But still, but it stands to reason that, as I'm saying, Lando decides, oh yeah, I'm just going to try and take on this Star Destroyer all on my own.
Well, he at least gets tractor beamed in. They literally let him go.
Yeah, but again, that's the Timothy Zahn book quite late on in the Star Wars writing, where he's blatantly taking the mick out of everything I'm now talking about.
Yeah.
Or in every Star Wars book.
That's true. I mean, Hand of Thrawn is almost the pimp Hand of Thrawn to everyone else who has been writing the EU to tell them to cut that shit out. I mean, half that, half the duology.
I don't feel like this Raider's going to avoid that rock.
Well,
Yes.
he could.
Could, but won't.
I think a bank left might.
Now,
4 forwards.
just forget about it.
It won't be there soon anyway.
Yeah. Solve the problem the Imperial way directly.
I normally put Nida on my Raider.
I bet you do.
I do.
He's a filthy traitor to the Empire. Let Solo go.
No ship that small has a cloaking device. Only a ship smaller. No ship that large, I think, was the phrase you were looking for.
Well, Nida was obviously too incompetent to know about the TIE Phantom project. I mean, Grand Admiral Batch made that thing pretty top secret. So you think an idiot like Vito would know about it?
You'd think Thrawn would know about it when he, goes to a stupid mountain to get the cloaking device.
Well, yeah, how do you think he knew about the cloaks? It's just that Batch was an idiot who got them all destroyed. So he's like, ugh, I have to go all the way to the freaking mountain to replace those cloaking devices. Because Batch was a moron.
I still don't understand how a Phantom, which has 3 prongs and then the 2, gets a 4-dice attack. With the Defender, has got like a trillion different guns.
That's because the Defender has 4 laser cannons and 2 ion, and the Phantom has 5 laser cannons. So the ion cannons are the cannon slot. Clearly.
I want 2 cannon slots in that all get to fire.
Because the Y-Wing technically has 2 barrels on its turret. And that's a twin ion cannon, but no, that's not how it works. But technically, a B-Wing is a turbo laser. They're used to. And an auto blast.
So you've just given me another reason
Twin
why
auto blast.
I don't like the B-Wing prototype in Rebels. I just no.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
So the B-Wing prototype in Rebels can one-shot cruisers. So when they developed this into an actual production model, they decided to take that feature out because we don't want to win this war.
Blame Akbar and Slade and Corporal. Apparently Slade and Corporal couldn't source whatever the hell that gun was.
Yeah. Requires too much energy
into a
output.
turbo laser. Like, you do have to admit that, like, there is a sort of justification for the prototype actually being better than the production model, because it's a one-off. They could afford to put all sorts of insane crap into it, because stuff that they couldn't actually get more of.
So by there you mean random guy on random planet who lives on his own.
Yeah, I don't know.
And built it from
I mean,
scratch.
the general concept.
We have some dice being rolled.
I don't believe you. There's no
Some
way.
dice being rolled.
Who's shooting?
I believe it's one of the.
Steel is shooting the front end of our Raider.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
just going to
go.
turn the dice cam off.
Yeah, because they're not going to use it.
So that is 1 hit, 1 focus result, and 1 blank result.
And there is that.
Yes.
Of course.
We have some firing.
Hey, guns.
35 minutes in.
Hooray.
It's got juke.
You've got juke, right? You can use it on the reinforce, so the die roll is relevant.
Reinforce does not
Add.
during my modifications though?
Does it?
It's my modification.
Reinforce is adding.
Oh, it adds a result? I thought it was just you added an evade result when you rolled.
You add an evade result to the die roll.
Okay.
Modified phase.
Yeah.
He can
Oh, that-
backshot my reinforced token.
Oh,
I don't think he can juke it.
It adds
You
during
can't
your
juke it because it's.
Okay. Okay, then I guess the die roll doesn't do anything. Alright.
I don't know. I'd have to read the wording.
Yeah.
Of
I
what?
trust that Kat has read it more recently than I have.
I
haven't read
read
it since that event.
I read it yesterday, and it adds an evade die result into.
Okay, add
your-
result. Yeah, add results.
Which can then be modified
Add results happens during
because you,
modification.
in that case, you can juke it.
Right.
Well, that depends on the timing. Things that add results are usually modified. So that's happened after.
Oh no,
after
because
modified.
it depends if it adds to your roll.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Well.
I'd have to
Look
check.
that up.
Cannon, and then you get primary. Or is it primary? Yeah.
Cannon and then primary.
Reverse of robots.
Reverse of
E-wings.
ETLY.
I get 3.
I turned the camera off, so I don't feel like you have to roll.
Yeah. Don't forget that predator.
All right, primary.
A lot of rebels just felt like lazy writing.
So, in this instance, once we start taking the shots from the ions, do you feel like it's better to take more damage to then try and evade the ion results? Or would you rather
ion
just...
cannon shot first?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Would you rather evade the ion?
They're
Or...
going to be useless if they get ionized, so if they can at least turn around and shoot, you might get trouble. But either way, like, and then if they don't turn around, if they do turn around, then they might at least draw off another shot on something that's useful. But if they don't turn around, the longer it takes those epsilons to turn around, the worse.
So 2 hits from the ion cannon. Gets 3 focus results and 1 blank. So that will be an ion.
Just gonna let it stick, I guess.
He's only got an evade token, so
No focus.
in fact he has no tokens anymore.
Oh yeah, that would spend its evade token.
3 hits on the primary.
This would just be dead.
5 dice for the evader. One hit gets through, so loses its shield and a point of damage, and is ioned.
I can split fire between my...
Yep.
Okay. How is that guy? So...
I don't think this one is evolving very well for J&J. They're not very in great position, and those bombers are probably going to torpedo the hell out of that defender.
This guy is going to activate.
At least
And
it's
then
an
the Raider is
X7.
going to... Well, the Raider is also going to torpedo it. And while the X7 is nice and elusive in smaller games, the fact that you can have so many things shooting at it at once makes that a big token less valuable.
Tide is the epic king.
Yeah, because with Predator, they just mow things down.
Predator and Ion, which with a setup that Pat and Clay are running, is awesome in epic.
Honestly, just 2
And
of
you
them.
can reroll 2 against power skill 1.
Yeah, they're skill 1, so you can double reroll. Oh, that was a focus, so we kept it.
Primary will be the one that's got the ion token on it.
And that's that range still? Or is that range?
Yeah, Tidies just crank out so much damage, and if you can take 4 of them, then they tend to mulch things. Honestly, just 2 of them mulch things. Like my games with double tie with 2 of these glaives, because this is something I've been flying a lot. You just point them at something and it goes away. Like watching them chew into a decimator was actually kind of cool. Like, okay, decimator ion forever and taking all the dice forever.
Okay, ion this guy.
Well, here we are.
That's range.
Not a whole lot of damage being done because we're ties at range 3 with an evade token and not to get hit by a whole lot.
More Ion.
Yep.
So that's 2 of them have been Ion so far.
Primary is going to go at the...
It's pretty good when you get those 3
Oh,
rolls.
that's a dead TIE fighter.
First blood! Epsilon Squadron dies.
Printer on those guys?
Oh yeah. God.
I flew 2 of them with Zeta Leader. And Zeta Leader basically was just there to be a 20-point skill 6 villain.
That's right, we have 14 points, isn't it? We've got weapon guidance, haven't we?
Yeah,
Oh,
17 points.
Epsilons are 17 with the weapon guidance, yes.
Oh, I'm shipping them out of points here. I feel bad.
Did you give them 14?
Yeah.
So you were wrong either way.
I didn't feel like we were worth 15 points.
What do you want?
So,
They are 50 points worth? Yeah, no, I think it might have been.
You will fire.
See what I did there? I made my mistake be factually correct.
Plasma torpedo.
Yeah.
Marek, I believe.
This is why the Deadeye Down Squad bets weren't so
See,
good.
would you have taken long range scanners instead of chips?
So, a whiff.
The problem with scanners is it doesn't actually help you modify, which is the problem for Deadeye, which is the problem for bombers.
It does because you get the focus token.
It's not as reliable as it should, but
So I believe that was 2 hits, and then Jeremy spent his focus token.
No, he spent the evade.
He spent the evade, okay.
so he just didn't get hit.
So even with guidance chips, that was a terrible roll.
This one is 200 points per player, and we've got 2 players on each side.
Whoa.
Does it matter what order I shoot with? Primaries and...
No, you can fire
no,
your
you
weapons in
get
any order
to-
with a large ship, with a huge ship.
Yeah, pick. As long as you don't need target locks for later ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That angle looks pretty perfect for
Everything.
comboing.
Everything. on
Combo
anything.
murdering those defenders, yes.
So
Yes, it
this
does.
is the time for the Missile Raider to shine. So exciting.
Fire the missiles!
What you should do here, Patrick, is intensify forward firepower.
It didn't help against Orbital Critted.
It doesn't want anything to get through.
I'm going to shoot...
That's because they were firing turbo lasers at an A-wing, not like all of the missiles.
No, it's because Orbital Critted was touching it.
Oh, it's pretty hard not to be touching a Superstar Destroyer.
So they weren't allowed to shoot at it.
He was
And then-
certainly touching it by the end.
Maybe if
Many
they'd
bits
put,
of him were.
What they should have done is put Zeb on board.
Wrong faction. Do you think Admiral Piet would allow such alien filth on his ship? Is Piet not
still-
on it yet?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
he's not. Screed is. Screed!
Piet is the one Imperial Admiral that Vader didn't bother to kill.
Didn't need to. He had an A-wing to do it for him. He was too busy, you know, trying to groom his son to rule the empire.
Well, look at it. Ozzel screwed up, and Vader force choked him. Piet screwed up, Vader just walked right past him.
That's because it was a tiring day. Always.
Piet, like, Vader didn't bother to kill him.
Everybody gets one.
Ozzel didn't.
Well, the funny thing is, Ozzel's mistake didn't really cost them too badly because they still just went down and crushed everybody.
Yeah, they just came out of hyperspace too soon.
Yeah, whereas Piet let him
Nice shot.
get
Piet
away,
screwed up and the Falcon escaped.
and you know,
But it's because no ship that small is equipped with a cloaking device. And it was all part of Vader's plan.
No.
Because Boba Fett knew.
No,
Boba Fett was all over it.
that was Nita.
That's-
Piet screw up was, well, actually it wasn't really so much a screw up, it's just allowing an astromech to fix the disabled hyperdrive.
yeah.
And then the Falcon got away. But Vader didn't kill him.
Because Piet did what he had to do. He got his man to deactivate the hyperdrive. It was just that
Yeah, well, Vader
R2 is
wouldn't
too
know that.
awesome.
Vader couldn't know that. Vader could,
Oh, he
could have
knows
gone, oh, well,
all.
you screwed that up, so I'm going to kill him.
But he asked him, and he said yes, because he said, "Did your man deactivate the hyperdrive?" And he said yes. Could have been lying, but
Well, he should have been choked for that.
They told me they fixed it.
they did fix it.
Although, to be fair, Ozzel
And it's all broken.
already got his one if you read Allegiance.
Exactly, everybody gets one.
Ozzel already got his one when he attempted to murder the Emperor's hand.
Ozzel had to go off and be a teacher at Grange Hill, and Adolf Hitler in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. So he had things to do.
So there was a customer talking to me today. We were talking about Star Wars and then Indiana Jones because they are both awesome. And he pointed out that in Raiders of the Lost Ark, if you just like remove Indiana Jones from every scene, the movie would finish in the exact same way.
Yeah. That one's been going around the internet for a while.
It's like 3PO in any Star Wars film. Or, dare I say it, Indiana Jones serves the same purpose as Jar Jar Binks. It's just a comedic relief in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, the hatred for Jar Jar is strong. The love for Indiana Jones is strong. Will the internet kill me?
Well, that's because Indiana Jones is stylish and has an awesome hat. Jar Jar's just an idiot.
I don't know what was more disappointing, A Crystal Skull or the prequel trilogy.
Fourth one is always the worst.
I don't.
Look at it.
I just don't.
Episode 1 was the fourth chronological movie released. So the fourth one is just shit. That's the rule for Lucasfilms. The fourth one is shit. It's better than Star Trek, where every other one is shit, and then the last one is the shittiest shit of all.
I don't mind.
They're talking about Nemesis. The reference.
What happens if you got into a huge ship?
You die.
No.
Oh,
You go back.
You hit it, you die.
No, you don't. Only if it hits you.
It hits you.
Yeah.
Shuttle runs into it.
You back up.
You collide. Like,
You roll and take hit or crit on an attack die.
It's not like hitting another ship.
No,
you
it's
do bounce back, but you do also take damage.
yeah. It's kind of like hitting an asteroid, but not.
So, the theory from Twitch chat is that he didn't kill Piet because he remembered how awesome R2 was, and that it must have been him who helped him get away.
Yes, there you go.
I don't know, maybe it came off in the wash once.
He knew, really.
I think.
All the time that he was
I doubt
trying to
they
capture the
saw it.
Millennium Falcon, it's because he was actually trying to capture R2 and 3PO.
See, I'm a bit-
I want my droids back!
I'm a
Yeah.
bit disappointed, but when the Ugnaughts have got 3PO, you'd think at some point those stormtroopers would have informed Lord Vader, and he would have gone and went, "Oh, I've got that guy. Bit of nostalgia. Send him over. I remember you when you had no golden skin. Didn't even have a red arm."
Unnecessary red arm.
Don't know.
Not necessary.
Makes you buy the comic to find out why.
No, it
Marketing.
didn't. Didn't make me buy the comic. It made me go, why did they add in an unnecessary red arm? That means he gets like a line in the movie. One of two or something.
Well, they should have. Well, they had reasons to give him lines so that you could translate what the droids say.
It's like, I think he only gets like 3 lines in the whole thing. That was definitely one of those, like, oh, we've got to have him in there.
That's still more lines than Mark Hamill got.
Well,
Have you
that's
seen
true.
the
Dude, come on, he was in the credits and he didn't even speak.
He spoke with his eyes.
pain? Have you seen the Facebook thing going around that is the subtitles for R2-D2 in all of the Star Wars films?
Is it
No.
the one where he's in a foul-mouthed asshole?
Basically.
So it's
He is as good as a Family Guy R2-D2.
I have not seen it on Facebook, but I have seen it in the past.
That's basically
Man, that's been
true.
around since I was in university.
I'm not going anywhere with you. But when when 3PO says to him on Jabba's sailboat, "What are you doing?" "Serving drinks." what do you think I'm doing? "I hope Master Luke's okay." "It's okay, me and Jabba have got a deal worked out." "I'll be okay either way."
So what do you think Epsilon should do here? Continue fleeing or try and turn and fight? Because they are horribly outclassed by Drake Squadron.
I would send one in to block and then keep running the other two and then rinse and repeat. Just
One is
continue.
Ion, so it can't do either.
Yeah, but that's the one that then goes in next turn because it'll be closer to them. But basically, if you can distract what's 120 points, 130 points worth of TIE defenders, 160
Because they're
points,
40 apiece.
160 points of TIE defenders with your 60 points worth of Epsilon Squadron. I think you've come out ahead there.
Yeah.
So I'd probably do a hard 3 with the back one and then barrel roll in.
So I totally wasn't paying attention because we were busy yakking, but I still see all of Jeremy's TIE defenders on the board.
Yeah, they didn't take a
Did
lot
he
of
take...
damage.
That Raider didn't do much at all.
How many shields did Merrick lose? One? Oh.
Merrick took nothing.
I thought he took a point.
Lost all his tokens. That was it.
Man,
Yeah, those don't count.
Raiders are rubbish. Can't even do any point of damage to Marek with
Did we
multiple
remember
shots.
Palpatine though? That's what you got to ask yourself. Did we remember to Palpatine?
Nobody took Palpatine.
It did.
Yeah,
It was a pop
he's on the
He's on
shuttle.
the shuttle, right? I don't think they changed it.
Alright, I'm gonna run downstairs for a drink.
Well, my regionals, they're usually pretty hot.
Does anyone want anything?
From downstairs. Just grab me a bag of barbecue chips. Thanks. Rest?
I've still got water, thank you. Brew? Oh, so I suppose we're still on manoeuvring, so we have more talking points. So while Greg's away, if you could remove one card from the game, not modify, not slightly tweak, not change the points of, but
Remove
just
from the game or bad?
just remove it from the game. Not even casual play is allowed to have this card anymore. And you
because
have
for
to.
competitive, I would say for a competitive ban, I would have just said Palpatine. But for casual play, I think Palpatine is fine. It's just that it warps things too much when you're. Palpatine is fine for
I
setting
mean,
up stupid shit.
don't get me
like
wrong,
Wanda,
if someone made you have to, you're allowed to take out expert handling, you know, and have a throwaway ban.
but- No, I'm perfectly happy to have expert handling in the game. I mean, hell, I'm perfectly happy to have countermeasures in the game. I don't mind bad cards because eventually someone will find a use for it. Do you remember countermeasures? Like, that thing has been shit until recently.
Oh yeah,
Only because it's like suddenly it's finally useful.
it's not even good.
It's not
No,
even good now. It's just that
it has a synergy, and it's not like you've got anything else to spend your points on.
yeah, actually, veteran instincts or adaptability is a thing I might consider because veteran instincts is just like the fact that it is out there.
It does. It forces a weird interaction with the points cost of pilot skill levels and EPTs.
Yeah,
Adaptability is even worse.
yeah.
But I honestly think
I do like adaptability for knocking down pilot skill, but of course, obviously, you have to remove the whole card.
then you do decoy if you want to take someone down.
Yeah, but you can just like permanently knock yourself down a point of pilot skill.
I
I like adaptability for that, for what it can do there. So
like the fact that you have to as well. It's not obviously
You have to flip it.
VI
Yeah,
is there all the time, but I honestly think I would like to see what X-Wing now would be like if push the limits had never been a thing. The only ship in the game that can do 2 actions is Vader.
So we're talking like go back and just make this card never be printed as opposed to just remove it?
Yeah. We'll remove it from the timeline.
Yeah, getting rid of Bush might not be so bad.
I feel like obviously the big person who would suffer would be Fel, but I feel like you could have done something different with Fel.
Yeah, honestly, push Fel was just like this obvious do this thing. It was the very first thing that it was you're stupid for not doing this.
Buy an A-Wing.
Yeah. So it was the very first card. I feel like it was the very first combo where it was like you would be incredibly dumb to do anything else.
They wanted to sell A-Wings.
Yeah, the X-Wing battle wasn't that good. So it's like,
But
it's thematic.
there wasn't anything else.
But no, Fel, like, I really like that Fel was everything that the billing made him out to be. Because Fel was, without question, the best Imperial pilot who was not Force sensitive, and people believe that he may have been the best Imperial pilot, period.
Yeah, of course. But the
So,
interesting
Greg,
aspect is
if you had to remove one card from existence, so it never existed,
and
What would you have chosen? What would you choose? And as noted, this does affect casual as well, so just deleting a card outright from existence.
Luke Skywalker, Han Solo pilot.
Character, the card, not character.
It's a tough choice. Because I don't feel like there's anything that I would want to remove as an attempted fix. So now I'm just thinking, what's annoying? There is no Anakin card to remove. I guess you could remove Darth Vader, because
Or even
he is Anakin.
not even what's just bad for the game for the existing.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's anything particular.
I would like to have seen if double actions was never considered to be a thing.
So you're talking
like-
anything that can give
So
you an
like
extra action?
Vader's card would still exist,
Right.
but no push,
Yeah, but that would
which would then lead to there being no experiment interface, because that's another way of getting to push type thing.
So would
That would
that
be
would that
Tycho
mean like
Force.
anything?
incidental splash damage. Take a mediocre to terrible card and make it absolutely useless.
But you wouldn't have made Tycho, because obviously Tycho was being made because of push. Same as
So yeah, you're talking things like Dutch that can give a second action
Oh,
to someone, or
that would
Had
still
to get
happen.
the action in the first place. There's action saving, but there's no double act. There's just no straight up double action.
It basically,
like SC.
if you think that it brings in push the limit as well as allowing really efficient attacks, stuff like that, allows the tokening up defensively, and it also allows the massive repositioning of barrel roll boost. If you take all of those out of the game becomes a simpler concept, which is more about the original placing of the dial, not about, because at the moment a dial has to be judged on what repositioning it has, and then the access to push to do both of those reposition actions.
I personally just really like the fact that you could make an interceptor dance like that,
Oh,
because
yeah.
I felt that that was an excellent way to flavor it, and only the most skilled of pilots could, cope with the stress. Because and it locks you into a fairly predictable sort of pattern.
If you think that if you didn't have to stress yourself, and no one could do 2 repositionings, I suppose Vader could if you put engine on him.
Yeah.
But
It wouldn't feel quite like the Interceptor
the
could be
interceptor would still be more manoeuvrable, which means that if you are a better player and can play that dial better, I think it would be an interesting experiment. It would be hard because it has existed, so you know what you're missing when you don't use it. But that would be the card I would remove from
Okay,
existence.
I've got one. I can't remember the name of it. R4 something or R4K6. It's the one where when you spend your target walk, you roll an evade die.
Oh, you might get it back.
And on an evade result, you can acquire a new target
Well, I said to Calvin,
for 2 points.
If he likes, he could have got rid of expert handling if he thought that was too good.
Yeah, but I don't see a reason to remove shitty cards.
Oh, you have to remove
I
something.
agree with Mark Rosewater. Shitty cards need to exist.
See,
That
the point,
droid is the worst.
No,
It is.
that's not the
2
worst
points.
droid.
2 points for a
Do I need to
terrible.
tell you? Shall I get Jerry to talk about a droid that you can build a list around? Did you see last week's game?
This was the one you were saying about.
It didn't involve Dare Bear, so what's going on over there?
So the R3 Astromech.
Well, yeah,
You
Jerry
think
showed us
that's
how
better?
terrible the R3 Astromech was.
Not one focus the entire game.
Oh, what about targeting Astromech? So good, man. So good.
Targeting Astromech is literally millimeters from being awesome. Hobby.
Yeah.
Now, I will do that in the Monday night stream. I will
played-
have Hobby's ability and a targeting Astromech, and it will be glorious.
And
Especially
stay
to
on target. Yeah.
And the fact that it's not called the KT whatever. Just give it its proper designation. I
That would've been
appreciate the
nice.
art.
I would have. Well, I guess if they called it R2KT, they would have to make the UD.
But yeah, I would take targeting Astromech or R3 Astromech over the stupid reacquire on a die roll one. Any day.
Targeting is awesome.
Yeah.
Targeting plus Hobby was already kind of okay. It's like, okay, you require to get a target block, and that's not so bad.
Yeah.
If Hobby had an EPT for stay on target.
I feel like what's the one that lets you discard a damage card on a roll of a die? So is that one not 2 points as well?
One of the R5s lets you flip things with a ship trait down. That's pretty bad.
Oh, it's a scum one with Purrs. There's some bad Astromechs.
But that one, that's been in the game for a long time. Although R2F2 as an action increase your agility by 1 for the rest of the turn.
That's bad.
That's also used with Big Snake.
Yeah, but
I know, but it's terrible.
you
Oh yeah, but it's not uselessly terrible.
right,
It's just bad.
So think about it, you can get the mathematical same effect by taking a focus.
Like I said, it's just bad.
Yeah.
The thing is, you could get past a focus token.
Yeah. So if push the limits never existed, VI Turfania would be king.
You'd be skill 9. Oh yeah. And yeah, you would get the double action. So.
VI Turfner should be king.
Well, what we should do is give Fel Turfania's ability and give Turf Fel's ability. If you don't have push a limit.
If there's no push, yeah, sure, all the way around, that's fine.
And then
Fel was the best pilot ever.
Then PS11 Fel is king.
Well, no, then you could give him something else, like
VI.
no, aside from
Predator.
VI, like what would you? It's like yeah, it was like Predator, right? Focus Predator, and then shoot you, and then barrel run your arm. So that would be an awesome Fel.
Leia.
I was tempted by Leia. The only reason I would remove Leia from the game is because then there's the opportunity to do a Leia card that doesn't suck ass. I still need to play that list on Steam, don't I?
Yeah.
To show off that Leia can work in the standard game. The joy.
Yeah, just like how that R3 Astromech list worked for Jerry, right?
I'll play against Jerry, it'll be okay.
Well, play against
You
the
win with Leia.
Yeah. Then
I'll play my layer list against your 3T70 list.
yeah, and then one of them will work at some point,
Yeah.
and it will prove that that works.
No, we could run out of time without either list having actually worked, and then we can tell them both that we're ashamed, that we're disappointed in them, and we award them no points, and may God have mercy on their souls.
0 points.
You let them use the new Obi-Wan card. They give you a focus for free.
When's Obi-Wan gonna be in the game?
Obi-Wan will never be next one.
I hope never, honestly. He may
The
show up as a
crew.
crew at some point.
If it was going to be in, it would have been in the Falcon expansion.
Got to.
Or a Yoda.
Bloody Force users.
If they ever make a Yoda card, I might actually quit X-Wing.
You kind of already have.
I just...
You quit trying long ago.
I understand that people want a good card, but thematically, there is no reason for Yoda to ever be on any ship in X-Wing.
They could make that little pod ship of his.
If they make a Jedi Starfighter, by all means, put Yoda as a PS11 pilot. Whatever, I don't care. Do what you want. But if you're not going to go into that era, I don't want to see Yoda in the game.
I don't think Yoda actually knew how to fly a fighter.
I'm pretty sure he could close his eyes and do okay.
Fair enough. Use the Force. And that is how the Force works. I actually would have liked to see the Eta 2. Like, it feels like it could have been a nice little fighter.
The problem is, it's like half the size of an A-Wing.
It's a little smaller than A-Wing,
Yeah,
but
so-
I would have liked to see them on. I would have liked to see them throw that into the game, because it could have been another super elusive ship. It is basically the forerunner of the modern TIE fighters. That's where Sinar took most of their cues from.
Yeah.
And you can even see it in the cockpit ship. And that I would have preferred over the stupid painted little TIE fighter. For a TIE fighter type ship.
No,
The Eta 2 doesn't have shields either.
I will still stand by the fact that Ahsoka Tano is in Sabine's time, so it gets me a step closer to winning.
Well, Ahsoka flew a prototype Y-Wing,
Face-off damage card for rolling over debris.
so that would have been better. There are better options than that.
It's not like they can't put in a Y-Wing when they finally do more pilots for Y-Wings.
Okay. Spend 4 energy to flip that down, or I'll just spend 3 energy.
You know what we should do? I don't think anyone's ever thought about this before. And what we should probably do is give Horton Salem an EPT.
So that's for the droid.
I wonder if anyone's ever
That's
thought
for the
about that.
action to give you the reinforce.
Would be better for some.
They discard it. Right here, it's spend 1 energy to discard one of your face-down damage cards, or spend 3 energy to discard your face-up damage card.
So Jerry ran over the rock, took a crit, spent 3 energy to get rid of it with his
Repair droid.
droid,
Droids are pretty good.
and reinforce for his other action.
Well, it's not like
what those-
he's going to be using energy for much else. Hopefully, well, all the guns should still be fully charged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hasn't done anything yet. So this is probably going to be the round where some fun stuff finally happens.
Maybe. No promises, so.
Well, seems like Jeremy's defenders really want a piece of that shuttle.
Get Palpatine off the table.
It's a pretty good plan. It'll be interesting to see what those bombers have to do. Maybe if they're close enough to chuck out that Gozanti real quick.
Yeah, I'd start trying to focus down some of the large ships.
What does that
Sorry,
Gozanti set up to do?
Just have Tarkin, I think.
It had a turret, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
The Gazanti, yeah.
It had that weird gun thing that it comes with.
Yeah, it's basically a 3 dice, range 1 to 3 turret. we're almost halfway through the time, and it is 17-0 in score.
Yeah, come on. If you think about that in the context of soccer, it's a pretty good score so far.
That's pretty good, yeah.
But
Amazing.
it's not even been 90 minutes, so we're already at 17-0.
That's a pretty unassailable lead, actually.
Yeah.
There's no coming back from that.
Closest I've ever seen to that is 7-1. It's the right numbers. It's not in the right places. And well, Brazil did manage to avenge themselves at least.
They did.
Oh, Preston doing, Greg? Still don't know.
We're a point below Wigan, I believe.
Yeah, you are.
You're new before you asked.
Point below Wigan.
Yeah.
So I know Wigan aren't exactly doing really, really well, but they're still better than Preston.
Preston lost their first 2 games of the season and were second from bottom, and then we just beat QPR.
Queen's Park Rangers, because the uninitiated might not know who QPR are. The rest of you might not even care who Queen's Park Rangers are, because I know I don't.
So they're the bottom of the league terrible?
I will be happy with mid-table obscurity, just missing out on the playoffs.
That's a fairly typical thing for Preston, usually.
No, I was asking about QPR. Are they bottom of the table terrible?
In the Premiership they are, when they bounce between being good in a bad league and bad in a good league.
Like many other teams.
So basically bottom of the league. Because they keep getting relegated. But they're good enough that they keep coming back.
Yeah.
But they're bad enough that they keep getting relegated.
It's the joys of relegation.
There are many teams like that.
It's especially amusing to see in League of Legends.
And occasionally things like Leicester City happen.
What happened to them?
They won the Premier League. You've never heard of Leicester City, and they won the Premier
Yeah,
League.
they're a team that. What was the odds before the start of the season? Like 500 to 1,
Yeah.
and they won the league. So
Long odds.
there could be some
Also long odds for that shuttle to survive.
could be some death from huge ship movement, maybe in the next turn.
I hope so.
Those 3 bombers.
Is anyone else hearing that squeaking noise?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's probably a chair or table leg or something.
As far as went crazy.
But yeah, I think
you are.
those bombers don't have too many places to go.
They're pretty much. I would just expect them to torpedo the Zanti.
Suicidally torpedo examples.
Yeah.
See, what I would have done is taken some advanced proton torpedoes.
Because that's the best card in the game.
Evidently.
That's broken.
What I really want to do is use a Gozanti to set up a TIE bomber deployment where they just jump out and dump a bunch of advanced proton torpedoes into things with target lock focus.
Oh, you could, but you've already said you're going to cast the next epic tournament so I can play my trench run.
Alright. If you bring the trench run, I will cast it.
It's the only epic list I'll play, man.
Well bargained and done. Yeah, you heard me, Paul, if you're still in the chat.
Time to practice my trench run.
Except the problem is, you're going to Nova soon, and then I'm going to the UK, and you're away even more during that time period.
Worlds.
So it's probably going to be...
The 5th, you're closed anyways.
Yes.
The 12th, well...
If we're doing a tournament for Epic, it's going to have to be on a Saturday.
Almost
Or a
otherwise, we'll
Sunday.
never have time to
I'll just run loads of good stuff while you're not here. I'll get all of the kits used,
Yeah, well,
so you can't run any events when you get back.
when do you get back?
We log on.
I am in Nova from the 31st until the 5th. Then I am at AttackX from the week after, so the 9th until the 12th. And then I'm here for a little bit. Then it's almost Worlds time. So I need to
You've got more time off in
I've
September
got,
as well.
yeah, I'm here for Mondays because I made sure I took as few Mondays off as possible so that I could hold this shit together.
Something like that.
I'll finish.
Just curious what it means for the stream, because the 5th, well,
The 5th,
the 5th
well,
obviously.
hopefully we might even have Audio Weasel as a guest on the 5th.
Yeah, we'll be out there still.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Audio Weasel can record some content for the show. We'll make you a star, baby. Stick with me.
And then the 12th.
The 12th, we'll, depending on what time I'm back, I'll either have the same kind of thing from Attack X.
Yeah, Greg will be here to set stuff
Damage
up, so.
on to...
Yeah, we're both. Well, I'm away. He may be back in time, but probably will.
One of the bombers is taking damage.
Whoa.
The whole point of damage.
Whoa.
Well,
I'm assuming that was
they're not back to
from.
give me another Monday night to farm artifact power.
I have to paint. This week I'm going to finish painting my Beast Claw Raiders. They're like maybe a third done for this Saturday, and then I have to paint all of my Imperial Assault stuff. So like I said, I don't know what list I'm taking, so I need to make sure it's painted so I can maybe win best painted. But that relies on my bases that I ordered arriving as well from the US. So I'm like, I might just not bother. And then my bases all arrive on the Thursday, and I want to paint anything.
Yeah, more times getting chewed up.
Primary is going to fire at number 2. Range 1.
So
I'm assuming it was like Marek that did a point of damage on the bomber. And now.
I think it was the Glaive. So Audio Weasel has commented that it doesn't have anything intelligent to say, so it shouldn't really be any different if he's on the show
It
live.
should fit in pretty well.
Exactly. It's not like we have many, Nobel Prize nominations between us for our X-Wing talk.
We don't even stay on topic.
Depends what the topic
We
is.
don't even commentate on the game that's going on.
I know, we're not even talking about this epic game because frankly there's so much like, well...
There is a lot going on now.
Yeah, they're fighting
What's
shooting.
happening?
This
We're all waiting for ships to get run over.
Salons.
This is how you comment on an epic game.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for next round and hopefully seeing some ships get crushed.
Primary on the same.
No, the Epsilons are losing shields and they're taking damage, so they're going to start dying off pretty quick.
Yep.
Those Glaives are never going to get back into a fight. Oh, not for a long, long time.
They're in a position. They're in a spot where they could hard read and start and come back into it.
I suppose with those two Epsilons being ionized,
Yeah, they're not going to block. So, well, that one's no longer ionized because he dead.
the other two.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. More
Yeah.
points on the board.
34 points.
Just the way the deployment was, those Epsilons were always in big trouble.
They were bait.
Yeah. 68 points bait.
In a 400-point game, that's only just over an 8 for your points, man. It's doable.
Suicide guys. That's kind of what TIE Fighter does for. Imagine those ion cannon shots were going into the rain.
I feel like I need
3 natural evades by Jerry.
Yeah. Did you love that roller?
Ouch.
Pretty good shot.
This might hurt.
That's gonna hurt. The question is how much.
Bye-bye.
That's one of it, so he did. Because he's already been ionized.
Yeah.
So he did.
So yeah, these aren't going to be bait for much longer.
Well, the defenders are currently chomping at the bait. Bait doesn't last forever, you know.
Nope, it's not lasted very long.
You
'Cause
chum the waters.
this is like two rounds.
They're no longer bait, we are now chumming the water. They're getting eaten alive.
And then those
The Thai defenders of the giant shark.
defenders will be turning their guns very soon onto something else.
You can, if those defenders do get to flank crack Gazanti, I feel like a head-on barrage of torpedo bombers, and then the flanking defender cannons may not leave.
All those bombers are gonna get run over.
But no, there's
Very
got some
soon.
fancy flying coming up, man. Oh, ye of little faith.
Honestly, if they dump all their torpedoes into the Gozanti and then get stepped on, the Gozanti takes damage.
Yeah, maybe. They roll dice. Might not take any damage. Might just gobble them up like Pac-Man. It's just a shame there isn't a ghost for the Gazanti to crush.
I hate that interaction so much.
Head-on collision.
You can blame that one on you.
Ghost is destroyed instantly. Gazanti rolls 2 attack dice. Might take no damage.
Yep. It's we're practically the same size. If the ghost flew headlong into a Gazanti's bridge, I feel like no one's coming out of that, smiling.
Yeah, well,
A-Wing kills Superstar Destroyer by colliding with bridge. Ghost collides with Gazanti. Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Alright, this looks like a shot
necessary
on
separation of rules and
whatever that defender is.
I mean,
To be honest, it's moronic that an A-Wing takes out a Superstar Destroyer.
well, the Superstar Destroyer had been soaking up fire from a lot of the rebel fleet at that point. Their shields were
Not
bad.
enough. That rebel fleet was nowhere near big enough.
So, whatever.
Akbar told said to concentrate fire on that Superstar Destroyer, and the rebels were doing it. Like, it took a lot of damage, and it was still in pretty good shape until Cricket hit the bridge.
And why is the gravity well of the Death Star 2 bigger than the gravity well of Endor?
Because it was a lot closer to it. It is a square-based effect. And frankly, some people have pointed out, for it to point that way, it was probably actually flying towards the Death Star for some idiot reason.
This could be a dead defender.
I think we were all sitting there quietly.
And now, Proton.
So this is the Raider.
Yep.
Trying to finish off that top red defender.
It's a shame you can't put guidance chips on the Raider.
And would you spend it in combat too?
Wait, guidance chips. What's the
You can only equip
limitation?
modifications that say huge ship.
Oh, engine.
Do a boost action.
You know how much people whine about large, quite rightly, how much people whine about large ships boosting. Imagine a huge
Huge
ship
ship.
boost.
Pick it up and put it the other side of the one.
Oh my god, there would be so many tears it would make the mage forms look dry.
When we play our X-Wing What If games of, PS9 Turfania,
So a dead defender. Boom.
Pulls it, fights it.
how
Down to
many?
target lock.
No, that was a defender.
I thought he just killed pulls it.
No, he
No.
got some damage on Troll, it didn't kill him. How much, though?
One of the bombers fired a torpedo at that defender and got a direct hit through, and then the Raider just finished it off.
Oh no, I don't know how many points they are.
I'm not sure which defender it was.
X7 defender. Are they PS?
Which defender died?
Glade?
Right.
Okay, that guy would be 32 if he had. Oh wait, no, he had juke, so he would be 34.
In the last primary, spend 2 energy. My final primary
The glaive was just juke, right?
Drew kicks out.
And,
Well, yeah.
and
Yeah. Oh, and Mark 1? Or Mark 2?
Mark,
That
yeah.
one, so.
Mark 2 engine? Okay, so that's 1 more point.
This soccer score is getting out of hand now, boys.
It's a hit through on the Gazanti.
Is it even physically possible to have a soccer game go this high in the score? I mean, you can only
Depends
I mean,
how
you
bad
don't
one
stop
team
the
is.
clock when you don't stop the clock in between recovering from the shot, do you?
No, but
Exactly. So it's like,
You-
is it
you
even
could.
possible?
Yes.
We're talking like 1 minute per goal.
Yeah.
Including, like recovery.
Yeah.
you know you can score from
Making fun of
kickoff.
it.
eh?
Yeah.
In fact,
but-
you know that a ball doesn't have to go forwards in kickoff anymore?
Has that changed?
Yeah.
like who gets
We were
scored
having
on
one
kickoff?
person on kickoff.
Just kicking it back?
In a professional game, has that ever happened? A goal from kickoff?
Yeah, I want to say yeah.
I'm sure it probably has.
But considering the age of the game and the skill level of some of the teams
Recording
that are
professional.
professional,
Fair enough. I mean,
Maybe not like someone running and the very first kick, they just hoof it at the goal. Maybe it was like they passed it around within the center circle and then someone took a shot and scored. But I don't know.
what was Vinnie Jones's red card?
Oh, it's like seconds.
Yeah, it's like he started running as the ref started raising the whistle to his mouth.
Yes.
Oh, Vinny.
I've played in goal once and had
wow, what are the
the
bombers?
opposition team shoot from the kickoff,
that's a lead bomber, right?
and I had to palm it over because it was going to the top corner. But they didn't score.
Is it 5-a-side goals?
No.
Full size goals.
Yeah.
That's okay. I always enjoy when a keeper tries to do a punch in a 5-a-side game. So if you have to punch it, it's going to miss. Unless you're 4 foot fuck all. Like, you know, there's no diving to save those shots in 5-a-side nets.
I want to play indoor 5-a-side again, but I can't. I never found anywhere over here.
What's the health on the Gazanti? One
Yeah.
shield off?
Yeah, it's lost the issue.
Took a shield from that primary, from the Raider.
Yeah, it's going to start swapping some fire. Hopefully, I pull the Xanthi to the bottom left now, and let the Raider hopefully come in ahead of it.
Honestly, if I were the J team, I would just run the Gazanti forward and try and step on bombers because it's funny.
I suppose you could pull it to the right instead.
I think it has the 2 bank.
In fact, no, for the Xanthi it would be a turn to.
Does it have the 2 bank? I think it does.
I think so.
I
Raider
just do that and
doesn't.
try and land on bombers. For good glory.
Yeah.
Use the popularity and
If things go really wrong, you might hit the other raider. You might hit the enemy raider, and then that will be hilarious.
That's fine. If you can
that would
block
be
up, if you
hilarious.
can block up that Raider, let your Raider get into a fight.
Yeah, that radar is actually going to want to turn because right now it can't bring its back arc into play at all. It's heading to the rack, and that's the tricky thing about the radar that I found. You really have to bring it in at just the right angle so that you can actually get those side shots. Because right now it's just going to fire its primary.
It's only, depending on what pattern you play with the Raider, it's only 1 bank away from getting the double arc sweet spot.
Depends what he's going for as well. Like, assuming those bombers are gonna
Right.
head off up, a straight might catch them, or even a turn the other way.
Yeah, Pat and Clay have put the bombers into a kind of awkward position because there's nothing up there for them to pursue because it's not really worth going after what's left of Epsilon Squadron. Gamma Squadron should really be going after Marek Steele and his buddy.
Yeah.
I think what's happening here is we're seeing the advantage of only running one huge ship. The Gazanti, especially not carrying anything to deploy, isn't really pulling its weight at the moment.
Yeah, it's not even set up to be a good support ship like the transport can be.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Jerry's radar has yet to do anything.
Yeah, that's largely because the Gazanti's in its way.
It looks
Well,
pretty.
that's the problem with the deployment, I think. They were right in the corner.
Especially then putting the Epsilons all the way over there. If you're going to corner, you've got to corner. You've got to go for everything. It's
Like I
always,
said, he offered Pat and Clay a few flank.
well, it's not even that. Those Epsilons went down first in the opposite corner.
Yeah.
So you've already got the radar
No,
down.
the huge ships went down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But after that,
Yeah, that was the
putting-
very first thing they did, and
Yeah,
that's what I
if-
mean. He offered them a reduced flank.
if you put the Epsilons on the top left flank as well and put everything there, if Pat and Clay don't engage you, they're not playing the game. So they would have deployed on the left hand side, or at least moved into a fight quicker.
Because as it is, those Epsilons have done nothing. Well, I mean,
They've done the job,
say they've
but the
done their
job
job.
wasn't.
Their job was piss off Glaive Squadrons and run like hell.
The Epsilon Squadron have done their job. The Raider and Gazanti didn't hold up their end of the bargain.
oh, exactly, because those Epsilons have caused those Glaives to go after
They
them.
make 2.5 times their point value in ship chase them.
Right, but that's only useful if you're actually doing
Oh,
something
yeah.
with the rest of your stuff. So,
Yeah.
in real terms, it's been a complete waste.
Yeah, they gained advantage from doing it, which was promptly surrendered by the Raider.
Which you could have known from the deployment.
And then not deployed them there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could have just not done this.
because as it is, Jeremy's defenders have basically been trying to take on
A Raider,
the
Gamma
rest of
Squadron,
that west.
and the shuttle.
Yeah.
I don't know if going this hard onto shuttle. I think I would have rather tried to take out those those bombers.
And this is why I think Palpatine is fine for casual play, because like he's got a huge target on his head in Epic, and
All or nothing, you know.
And like, it's just that in the context of the normal 100-point game, he can be a little oppressive. And when stacked with all of those things like auto thrusters and pushing and stealth device.
I feel like he's right on the envelope of what a good card should be. It isn't Palpatine, it is a combination of Palpatine, auto thrusters, evade and focus
Yeah,
stacking.
well, even before Palpatine, Superfell was a thing.
Yeah.
So it's just that Palpatine gave him that final layer of near invincibility.
Unless you shoot him with a 6 dice homing missile attack.
Then he focuses on auto thrusters into 4. And then probably dies anyways.
Suck it, Phil.
You know you want to do this, right?
I've got my my K-wing moved.
Yeah, like I said. Bible Lincoln's finest. One way or another, those bombers are going to do damage to something. Honestly, I might just have the bomber build one string and pick up focuses. You have 52 minutes. Well, 53.
Well, no, you don't have to have finished by then.
But-
Like, we just put a 2-hour, 30-minute timer on the game just because we could. Basically, we don't want to stay until 4 in the morning, but
I'm sure the game is.
You can, but you have to play outside. You can stay until 4 in the morning, but you have to play outside.
Yeah, equally we're not going to make you play it out until 10, but if you're having fun, you don't have to stop.
That's the way. Oh, Epsilon Squadron.
This is how a lot. Pat's got the advantage in that he's been on nearly every one of our epic games, I think. That's the thing,
Really tricky to play.
it's the epic shark.
Yeah, he's.
Let's play.
I did notice that it was Corey that picked the teams.
Yeah.
It was like, oh,
just proved he's not an idiot.
Jeremy and Jerry versus me and Pat.
Well, come on, how appealing is that? The J team.
JJ, we could direct Star Wars.
Good.
J, Jonah, J, Decision.
Oh, shuttle. It's gonna bump into its own radar.
Hooray, damage.
I would have just gone 3
Maybe.
forwards.
Run away.
Depending on what that radar does. It would be hilarious if the radar like swung its back end around and just clipped it. Kills Palpatine.
Yeah, but it goes forward as well. I don't think that'll happen.
No, I don't think so either. But
Even if it wanted to.
Oh, what were you not going to Palpatine it if you rolled damage?
That's true. Still have to roll it to find out whether I had to use Rob.
There is one Epsilon Squadron nobly facing down Glaive Squadron. Now,
Really running away from them.
technically, the TIE F4 is a more advanced ship than the TIE Defender. So I think this Epsilon Squadron pilot's all over it. He's got it, man. He's got him in his back pocket.
It's more recent, doesn't make it more advanced. I don't know. I mean, look how many of them the First Order made. Clearly, they're not. Clearly, there's something that they could mass produce pretty easily. Because they entrusted them to idiots. Because watch Red and Blue Squadron take them to pieces. Epsilon, Zeta, and Omega Squadron are clearly full of morons.
At no point did they let those ducks scare them. So they were all over it, man. Easy. And to be fair, when you've got Paul Dameron taking out like 12 in a single pass,
Yeah, you have to wonder about how fast is that ship.
whilst turning down the power of his lasers and sniping stormtroopers,
Why would he need
You
to turn
know-
down the power of his lasers to do that?
you're trying to tell me those lasers when they hit those stormtroopers and just push them backwards rather than disintegrating them were at full power.
I just call it bad filmmaking.
I also, having been an avionics technician, have done this. When you set up the targeting, those 4 guns would all be zeroed at the same point. So for him to make that shot, he's actually wobbling the stick, the yaw, to so the foot pedals to shake his center point.
I don't know, maybe he's suicidal and they
Maybe.
zeroed the guns at 100 meters.
Maybe he's one heck of a pilot.
maybe.
Not that good, he's only 8.
gonna be
That's when
9.
he got captured. It's a pilot skill 8 when his ship's blown up. Once he's actually got an X-Wing that isn't exploded by ground troops, pilot skill 9, man. Don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I guess once he's got Black 1 back. His favorite Black X-Wing, because he clearly wasn't flying it on that mission.
Clearly.
So these were TIE Special Forces. They could have been shooting at those defenders. Also, they might have lived a little longer because they would have had those extra 2 shields.
One less
less
agility.
agility.
Jerry has spawned a few triple evade rolls.
That's true. But they might actually have lived longer just because of that. Also, that arc might have actually done something.
I feel like he might have not turned away and tried to run. If it was in
Yeah, you just
TIE
land in the
SF.
middle of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, because they sent the full Glaives after them, I just might have run the full TIE squad into them, tried to block them, and just make a giant mess of it.
Yeah.
You're much happier when your 60-point squad is full of chaos.
What is the cannon that Hux tells them to use when they blow up the turbo lasers?
Ventral
The ventral
cannons.
cannons.
That's a mounting point.
Yeah. It's like, I want some of those guns in X-Wing. So what I've done, I've rolled some dice and they missed, so I'm just going to keep re-rolling them until they hit you.
Sorry, ultra huge ship only.
That's fine.
First Order Star Destroyer only.
You think we're not going to get the finalizer? What a name. Oh, I want it to sound final. Like there's nothing after this.
Until the next movie. We've got like the super.
The finalizer 2.
Super Star Destroyer.
It's like a never-ending story 2.
Because the first one ended, so they had to do a sequel. Some false advertising right there.
Super Star Destroyer.
Yes.
Ultra Star Destroyer.
The actual, really final, for reals this time, finalizer.
Well, is that along with the newest idea we've had for a super weapon? This time it blows up universes.
Even bigger.
Still better than the Sun Crusher.
Guys, if you keep blowing up planets, you're not going to be ruling over anything. And this is the point where the internet comic of the guy staring at him, and then he gets hoisted out of the boardroom window. Guys, instead of building all these super weapons, how about we just spend all this money on diplomacy? You know, feed some poor people, and then maybe people will like us, and we'll be okay.
See, that just makes me think of the bit of an interview with George Lucas where he was talking about the prequels and how the editor didn't want to put in as much like CG or something like that. So he had to let him go and hire someone else who was a yes man. Yes.
And look how that turned out.
Perfect.
I did read an article earlier on this week which triggered me to do a Facebook post about the prequels, but apparently there is more CGI in them, but there is also more live action stuff in them, in that there are just more effects in them, be it CGI or live action. I'm not saying they're not terrible. Are you an angel? Please just kill me now. I want to, like, you know when you get cotton buds and it says on them, don't shove them in your ear, you might damage it.
That's Q-tips for all you Canadians.
It's like, I don't care, I don't want to shove Q-tips in there, scalpel blades. Just don't make me listen to that line ever again.
Chris's favourite line.
I don't know what it is about it, it's just, that summarises my hatred of
Horrible writing. Yeah, fair enough.
Because
it's the writing.
Anakin might have never seen like a female human before, other than his mom.
Yeah.
So it might not
We've never
realize.
seen a pretty female human. We've never have seen a pretty female human because everyone on Tatooine was pretty ugly.
Like,
Most of them were filthy Xenos
make
trash.
Anakin, 10 years older, so that Padme's not quite as paedophilic in the relationship, and then let him say, "Are you an angel?" Hey, and that's the line suddenly becomes
Be wearing a
genius.
leather jacket.
Yeah, the line suddenly becomes genius.
Guess I just have to hope that you didn't that way. Very well,
Well, this is what happens when Lucas doesn't have someone else telling him to not do stupid shit.
I have no words.
Anakin had plenty.
Too many.
Try spinning. That's a good trick. It's one of Bill's favorites.
This is the word spinning in really odd places.
The actual pod racing bit, I don't mind. A lot of interactions with him and Qui-Gon, I don't mind. the moronicness of R2D2 letting him pretend that he's flying that ship. R2 should be like, yeah, whatever, I've got this. You do what you like. It's like R2's actually put the quarter in the little machine and Anakin's rocking back and forwards in Walmart, waiting for his mum and dad to come back. R2's doing all the real work.
How do you know it wasn't? What do you know what R2 was really saying?
That's fine, that's what I mean. You know, I don't mind, but it's not pod racing.
Oh, and there's a crunch talk.
On the board. Yes.
Finally on the
Oh
board.
yeah, got one. Got him.
Proton, so he's 26.
One dice, one attack dice.
So only 60 points in it now.
Unfortunately,
Luckily we're into added time. Added time multi-ball.
multi-ball! Multi-ball!
Seems like
Where are those other two bombers gonna go?
And then one energy to get yourself.
I guess you look like a nail as a fair statement.
There you go. Aunt Brew. She was
showed up in the
okay
pulse.
looking.
But Anakin didn't know her.
But yeah, that's a good point. It might have been his Uncle Owen who married his Aunt Brew, so he might have never seen her.
Yeah, my point was Anakin didn't know it yet. I mean, obviously pretty girls exist in the Star Wars universe, just not a lot. One per movie.
Alright.
And then spend one energy off the
Well, would you say that Aunt Brew was smoking hot?
I prefer her in episode 4, I'll be honest. I think she's matured nicely in episode 4.
I think she was smoking in episode 4.
She was most definitely far too hot in episode 4.
Oh dear.
Too soon, Chris, too soon.
Greg said it. Oh wait, he has no audio. Oh, okay.
See, there's not too many women in Star Wars, so
More
you
women
know.
there are black men. Don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
Finn and Lando.
Mace Windu.
Oh yeah. You know it's bad in
There's
Star Wars
black dudes and
universes.
tiny green dudes.
Right.
There are more black dudes than tiny green dudes.
You know it's bad when a diplomat in the Senate thinks that a black man must be a planet because she's that the Lando system is more likely than it being a black man. Sorry, George, that's just racist, man.
How did she?
I'm on a diplomatic mission from the Senate. I've never looked at a map.
There's a lot
Maybe
of
she just
systems.
never heard of Bespin Motors.
Oh dear.
Seriously.
Well, with the claim
There's
cars.
enough planets out there that it's entirely possible. And can you name every city in, I don't know? Would you recognize the name of a city in, I don't know?
Turkmenistan.
Libya? Sure, let's go with Turkmenistan.
Yes.
Name every city in Turkmenistan without reference.
No. I have free will. Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me.
So the overhead shot doesn't show it, but the Raider just banked to the right and just missed that defender that is underneath its back left quarter.
It looks like
Just
his front
barely.
arc doesn't have a shot now.
Yeah.
Sad times.
I would not have made that turn.
It's a bit cowardly, you know. I would have gone for a head-on. I think you could have done it like, you know, like ships passing in the night, apart from with missiles and broadsides.
Well,
So more like ships passing in a naval battle.
it's going to happen. Next turn, he's going to bang back left, and then they're just going to...
Has he been reading up on his Admiral Nelson Akbar and slash crossed with T on him?
The Akbar slash is something different.
Is it? Is it really? Are you really going to tell me that the Akbar slash does not involve crossing the T?
It's more like going through the middle of it. It's a lowercase t.
So
Crossing the T.
Not the capital T. The original one was the capital T. So this one is clearly just the lowercase. So there is a technical difference. Technically correct is the best kind of correct.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure they crossed the line at multiple points at Trafalgar. I've not seen a map for a while, but I was sorry, complete tangent now. Talking about naval battles. As I was driving into work today, I was chatting to a friend in the UK on the phone. They were saying, "Sorry, I'm just in the middle of a game of World of Ships, World of Warships or whatever." So playing away, he said, "Oh, I've only played this map once." I'm like, interesting. Are they not all pretty similar? You know, watery and unobstructed.
I don't know, there might be random islands.
So,
We have different maps and we're in space.
yeah, that's because X-Wing pilots have an uncanny ability to always be flying around Alderaan. So, no one says too soon at that one. Oh, you make an Amphibian Burned Alive joke.
You've got one death is a tragedy, a million are a statistic. By inference, a billion is closer to a billion, so also just a statistic. Or whatever the population of no more than 10 billion. It's not like we pack them in like a hive city.
I don't know, they have all of those like conclaves of all those other civilizations that have been massacred.
Yeah, but they're all spread out and there's lots of nature on Alderaan. Come on, haven't you ever been there in Old Republic?
Yeah, that too.
So I don't currently play World of Warships. I said I'd install it and have a look because I already obviously don't play enough games.
That's right.
Knock on.
Oh.
What time is it? Is it after 9 yet? Or is it? No, it
It's
should still be
8:30.
Is he still on the clock?
There's always one.
With a garbage can.
It's never me.
Sack the juggler. Someone's got to say it.
Knock on. From Wigan, Greg. It's a rugby league reference. He didn't just go on and knock on.
If you knock on wood every time someone who's a soccer fan in the UK breaks glass, do you ever stop knocking?
Oh, it's a knock on is when you drop the ball and it goes forwards in rugby.
Yeah.
So
It's not allowed.
It's a rugby thing. Okay.
knock on wood is something different.
Yeah.
That's when you say this shot is definitely going to hit. Knock on wood.
And knock on Chris's head.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeremy doesn't seem to have the luck he would like with that shot.
Hoping for a crit.
This is why I don't really think much of Marek in a defender. You don't really leverage his pilot skill ability, or pilot ability rather.
No, it's
like,
not.
Got to have a mangler.
You've got to mangle it. You've
Got
got to
to.
just go all in on his ability.
Yeah.
At which point you're better off flying him in a TIE advance with an advanced tactic computer.
Yes, it's true.
And a shield upgrade. Would you say your dial's better or worse?
Honestly,
Both. better and
Well,
worse.
A is way too predictable.
You don't have a hard one,
You don't.
but you don't have a red hard one.
Oh, we have a white heart too, so that's good enough. Ooh,
Alright,
nice.
that looks like
Zach's being the hero. Oh, is that not what we're talking about?
1/6s?
thought we were in Glasgow for a minute. Someone's glassing someone.
Oh, don't joke.
The floor got glassed.
Is it not pronounced Glasgow?
I'm not from there, so
This guy.
See, we still haven't dealt with those Epsilons.
Yeah, one of them's still there.
Primary. Range.
Jerry's been honestly dodging those shots pretty well. Also, it feels like Clay has not been rolling as well as he could have been with, given that he's firing Predator,
It's had to
Titan.
barrel roll and do moves that weren't straights or K-turns.
oh,
Wow, Predator primary only doing 2. That's
Clay figured two defenders would be enough to finish that last one. Always a big mistake. Oh, there you go. That looks better.
Yeah, the Gazanti can get behind. The Raider is really, really weak from the rear, like most big ships. But
yeah, Gazanti is weak everywhere. What's it gonna do when it's back there? Slowly poke at the engines?
not die.
Shields?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 2 hits.
That's pretty much all it's gonna do.
4 attacks to kill that one.
You got him with his last attack.
Oh,
Finally, the last Epsilon falls. Their noble sacrifice to delay Glaive Squadron will be remembered for all of 15 minutes.
103.
I was doing it. In my head with my fingers.
That doesn't make any sense.
So, I'm assuming that was a primary from that bomber
Yeah, that probably
on the
was.
Gazanti.
So if he had advanced protons,
Oh yeah, how happy would he be?
you could have lived the dream.
I really want to do that with a Gazanti, just dump 4 advanced high bombers on somebody. And go, haha, here's my hilarious one-shot trick.
This one I was shooting.
Then the tie bombers will
You
leave.
can take extra munitions, right? You know.
Okay, 2-shot trick then.
No, I went this one because we're not sure.
Let's be honest. After you've fired 40 dice at someone, does it need to be a 3-shot trick?
Yes!
I feel like if you shoot at someone with 2 lots of advanced proton torpedoes from 4 bombers, if they survive that, they deserve to beat you.
Fair enough.
My radar activate? No, sorry, his radar
Yeah, now that the defenders are free and no longer
Whoa.
Epsilons, that is actually probably what they're going to.
This Raider is getting to shoot something.
It's not.
It is.
Obstructed.
It's getting to shoot.
So either did
Yeah, it gets to make a primary attack at a bomber. Finally.
Both down 1 munition.
Yay,
It's okay.
That's a thing.
Remember, you can only evade her once per attack now. Oh, sad times.
Once per perform attack. And then, well, once per attack effect.
Is it once per attack?
If it's something like a TLT,
phase,
he can
once
do it
per-
only once.
Oh yeah.
If it's for things that say perform this,
Only use it once. But
for
he's
things
got- everything's all.
It's got 1 trillion guns, so yeah.
for anything that says perform this attack twice or however many times, you can only evade her once. But that's not necessary here.
How would you call the... It's a wording on the Raider's ability. If this attack misses, you may spend 2 energy to attack again.
No, it's just
it.
that you
It's
can
an
spend
effect that
2
causes you to
energy.
perform another attack. It's like it takes the same timing as a gunner.
Primary attack.
It doesn't matter if you hit or miss, you can do it.
So,
But
hit,
the timing,
crit,
the timing is gunner timing, so that means after Vader. I think. I forget. You should double check.
Range 3 and obstructed.
You resolve non-attack after attack.
Kingdom for focus.
Oh dear. So it is a hit, and then 2 crits, and then a Vader. Or is he not?
Cockpit and muscle fire.
Not enough.
2 hits left. Vader.
Fishing for a direct. Vader started crushing things.
Oh, I get to choose.
Oh, you get to choose, that's right.
So off the front. Not if you don't take a lightsaber into a cave, you don't have to face it.
Yeah, so... Oh. So yeah, once per round after you perform a primary weapon attack,
Last damage card.
you may spend 2 energy to perform another primary weapon attack.
2 energy. Fire by primary.
Yeah, so it's the same timing as better.
So you should be dead with the Vader.
Hopefully we won't need a Vader.
Hit.
Wow, that bomber.
Vader. Where do you want the shield from?
Back.
Those defenders are going to chase the back of that Raider then.
You gotta pick something.
Can you
Split your recover? Shield.
Sorry,
I believe so. You'd have to check.
recover.
You guys gotta compete with Julie.
I'm on it.
Apparently.
I'm on it.
I can do this one, Greg. I can do this one.
You got it?
Out. 52 points.
That one had plasma, so it's not.
50 points.
51 points.
Not anymore.
It's a dead plasma and a dead proton.
He was trying really hard.
He was still wrong.
I don't look at us.
Adios, adios. No? Defender spend. Get something. This one really shows off that I don't feel like Jeremy and Jeremy really had a good grasp on that.
Yeah, you can split
split
the shields with a recover action.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm like, if you can't
just
do it,
weird.
then I have been cheating.
It's just the energy you can't split unless you've got the card that lectures.
Yeah, you spend all your energy,
Unless you've got.
unless you got the
let you spend
whatever shield
text.
tech guy. Yeah, shield techs.
That can let you spend any amount of energy. But you take the thing that allows you to spend, then gain an additional shield when you recover, and then you can go, I spend 1 energy and recover 2 shields and get massive efficiency. Especially if you only need to recover 2 shields. Then you dump all the energy into your guns and keep shooting. That's what I did.
Or else you just take missiles and don't bother. Just
Yeah, but then you have to repair all those targets.
Joke's on you.
dump all of your energy into shields every round. And
Why
just
not
keep
both?
and just keep shooting.
Why not both? While they're setting dials, would you like to complain about black market slicer tools and how they're overrated?
If you like, if you want to talk about black market slicer tools now. Any other thoughts before I give you my soliloquy?
I just kind of want.
It's 1 point, right?
Yeah.
An action.
Yep.
You pick a stressed ship at range
1 to
1 to 2. Roll an attack die on a hit or a crit. It takes a damage.
Yeah. So for me, that's
And you have to remove the
a
stress.
lot of
And
words.
remove the stress.
Yeah, it's a lot of words to say that it doesn't really do anything.
So does it always remove the stress?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it may be spend an action to remove a stress from an enemy ship.
Spend an action to open up Super Mia's dial.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
That's an
You also
illicit.
have to have a stress.
Yes. So it's so conditional. They have to have a stress. They've got to be at range 1 to 2. You have to spend your action to do it. It guarantees the removal of their stress, and then might do a damage to them. And that's a point and takes your
Dengar, man, the
illicit
internet
slot.
says Dengar's gonna cry. It's it. It's over. It's over for Dengar.
Yeah. Yeah.
The internet's
the internet's
wrong.
always right. Always.
The internet has never been more wrong. Black market's what I said.
No,
to you.
I don't know.
It's-
I feel like they have been more wrong.
I think it's
Not by a lot, mind you, but
it's an
I do
entertaining
feel like they
gimmick
have been more
for casual play. I don't see it. Like, why would you
Well-
spend points and a slot
Why would you
on something
sacrifice
that
System?
that for sure helps them and might have
So,
something bad?
Alright, I've been told that it's a new Brobot build. But, so, you put, I can't even finish the sentence, it's that moronic. That you don't need glitter crack robots anymore, because you can take black market slicer tools on them both. Yeah.
And
Well,
what?
Slicer Tools at least has a chance of doing damage outside of arc.
I mean, I understand, like,
So what,
against
you're not gonna boost evade
against
on me?
Ace's list.
So I get to just kill you.
Against Ace's lists, having ways to do damage that they can't evade is good,
It's very appealing.
but doing it in such a way that, one, they have to be stressed, and two, it removes a stress token, and then might actually still not do anything, and it's taken your action
In
when...
honesty, at least IGs can take Flechette cannons.
Yeah, but if you're doing that as your action, and you're not doing anything else,
Also, you're an IG shooting at people with a flechette cannon. How do you win that damage race ever?
Well, you miss, obviously, and then have to shoot them with your cannon.
perfect. And then you stress them,
So how do
and
you ever
then
do damage?
You're not
next,
terrible,
and then
it's a
next
bad
turn,
idea.
after you've shot them, next turn you can then try and slice a tool them. Maybe, but only if they're still within range 2, which,
And still stressed,
The-
because if they go before you, they can do agree with you for including.
You know what I'd do?
yeah.
I'd spend an extra point, get feedback array, and be good at the game. And just, you know that percentage chance that I might do damage on you if you're stressed? No, just take a damage.
You don't need to be stressed.
Just take it.
You'll take it and you'll like it.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, if it was you, we know you just roll focuses all day.
I might play around with it in casual list, but I don't see it being good at all.
I don't think it's
But
good.
Ventress and Slicer too. Oh, it's still terrible.
Ventress is the one, the Shadowcaster
What you could do
pilot?
Yeah, she stresses.
That's
I know
stressed.
if they're not limited, what you could do is put 2 of them on a pursuit craft and an experimental interface, and then you're stressed, so someone can black market slice to you.
That seems really good. Should do
5
that.
points of win.
Take that to Worlds.
No.
You will take the physical card
Mainly
component.
because I won't get a ticket.
Could get a scalper outside,
If
get
I
yourself a
get you a
ticket.
World's ticket, will you take that list?
Yes.
Will I take one of those in a list? Yeah, I probably would.
No, you have to take the whole list.
Well, we haven't got a whole list. We've got one ship.
No, we've got IG with flechette cannon and slicer tools.
All right,
We've
so
got
then I have to take the
Flechette
pursuit.
Yeah, there you go. That's a 100-point list. You can take that.
So if the bottom raider dies,
Can the defenders kill the other one?
yes,
Quite possibly. I mean,
Because-
nothing shreds a large ship like ID.
ion cannons will stop it recovering.
Yeah. Like, Instigator will get turned off by the fact that it's losing 4 energy a turn because there are 4 ion cannons pointed into it, and then 4 more 3-dice attacks chunking it. Like, it's not going to live for very long as soon as the
The
defenders
TIE defenders can easily clean out that raider on their own, and I don't believe they'll have to.
You could go either way with it. You really have.
Oh, does it only remove the stress if it deals the damage? It's still not very good.
Okay.
You're wrong, Greg.
So,
You're wrong.
well, no, that's why I asked.
He didn't know. I said I think it does.
Colin was technically wrong, the best kind of wrong.
So instead of being really, really bad,
It's still just pretty bad.
it's just pretty
I would
bad.
like to sit down with someone who is making the arguments that they are really good and just get them to show me on the table step by step how they feel like it's going to work, because I honestly just don't see it in any way, shape or form. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope they're good. I hope they have an impact on the meta, because it's a new card which plays in a different way.
Yeah, it does something that no other card really has done.
But
Damage in the action phase, in the perform action step, that generally doesn't happen. No, but that doesn't even happen directly in the action phase, in the activation step of the ship doing it necessarily.
I mean, you drop a coronet on someone, not only
Or
you know,
mine.
coronet, because
Yeah, it can.
we don't know dice, it's just damage.
Coronet will actually damage.
Damage
If you roll prox mines
and-
like Chris, you don't do that.
Well, yeah.
I don't have to roll a
Yeah,
dice,
he's not the one that rolls.
which means you can Palpatine them away at times.
But when you hit them, it's hit cred, right?
I've done alright, touch wood, against bombs. I've never, my luck holds out with a red dice against bombs.
My luck against bombs is awful.
I know, it's, nothing amuses me more
But-
than watching
but-
Greg fly over bombs.
When I last played Bill Ewan, he dropped a prox mine, landed his own ship on it, and rolled 3 hits, and I was delighted.
Well done.
Yeah, so it deals a damage card under the shields.
But face down.
Yeah. So
what
you
it's
only
good
have
at
to do
is
that
it-
5 times to Dengar. Well, see, obviously it isn't shooting you.
And you're not also taking shots at his shields.
Well, shoot at him, you know, because you won't have any modifiers because you spent that action on a 50-50 chance to remove his stress.
Yeah, I mean, are people talking like throwing them on Z95s and like spamming them against Dengar or something? Because
You run into something that doesn't stress itself, and you're just like, well,
exactly.
We're talking the 3 jump masters.
It's either you're going.
3 jump masters with
like that.
You can
fast
fit
enough.
You can fit them in without impacting the list too much. Too much being the operative part of that
You
statement.
lose Forlom, Zuckus, and Hova. I think that's too much. If you take
If I was
things like
going
the
down
duels
that
and the
route,
last
I would
5
much
months,
So
rather.
this is torpedo boats, yes?
Yeah.
That want to be focusing to fire their torpedoes.
Yeah.
Right. So you use your slicer tools, and then I'm not firing this torpedo.
well, after the torpedoes are gone, you don't care so much about the focus.
No, but after torpedoes are gone, I don't care if you then kill Fel, because I've already done the damage. Right. Not even that. If the torpedoes are gone, and you haven't killed Dengar, we'll say,
Yeah.
because
Well,
Fel
then you're
doesn't.
screwed.
Fel against 2 attack dice ships doesn't need to push.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take my focus action, please. Oh, I've got Palpatine as well. Oh, I'm still alive. Who knew? Okay, Palpatine's probably dead if the torpedoes are gone.
Yeah, if all 6 torpedoes are gone against Palp Ages, that shuttle and the other ace is probably toast.
But if the torpedoes are gone and Dengar isn't dead,
Yeah, you lost.
if you need, just no.
I could steal.
Do I know when the next Nova Squadron podcast is coming out? It should be out a week tomorrow.
I know somebody told me.
Wow, nobody's gonna
Because
listen to that.
we'll record on Thursday.
Said steals.
Ed's been away with his family, so we didn't record last week. I think they put out a Outrider Cup episode, which I did not need to be a part of because I wasn't at the Outrider Cup. I like getting Thursdays off occasionally to spend my life.
I'm sure she's less fond of it. Kidding.
Backhand swings.
It means she has to cancel
that's
a
cool.
date with a bloke on the side.
Did you know? It's like a measuring instrument.
I have actually asked about it.
Oh.
I think it's if you
They
put your
they
fingers
said it's
in
not
the-
against the rules, but they didn't exactly condone the activity.
If you put your hands on the map, that's measuring because you can know what your fingers are. If you hold above, you can say that's
Wow.
what would the
Just don't do it.
TO's rule on that?
Well, he
Well,
said.
the second you say you're not comfortable with it, you then can't do it. Because then, if you call a TO over, I just say, can you not do that, please? And if you do it again, you're then going against the TO. So up until the moment his opponent complains about it,
So-
there is nothing wrong with it.
I don't like
because
that-
it's not officially against the rules.
So if I say I don't like that my opponent declares target lock and they're clearly not within range, can you not do that?
He's within his rights to attempt to declare the action, though.
What he said.
So is he within his rights to?
But no, because you are not allowed to use any assistance
It
for...
goes to the gentleman's way and just roll a dice.
See, when I'm playing against Chris, I can
How
say
authority?
I don't like his
For those of you on the
So
stream,
I'm gonna call the TO and have
this
the
was
TO make a
started
ruling.
because they were discussing the use of hands as measuring devices. So,
No, basically, everything is fair game until your opponent calls a TO over.
at which point your TO finally has the discretion to say, cut that shit out.
Yeah, and if you never call a TO over, fair game, man.
So yeah, if your opponent is like being extremely picky about putting a ship flush against a maneuver template or the exact angle or things like that, unless you call a TO, then there's not much you can do.
There you go, Greg. You can't play board games next week.
Why is that?
You have to fly against the
Switch Jack demands the trench run against an imperialist. Gotta come and play Epic.
It was funny. Like
is written.
I suggested the Epic because I think it looks really good on the stream, and then
We pay no attention to it.
and then when it looked like the number of people might mean that I could play, then I was
A
like,
sad panda.
yes, no. It, like I started looking at lists, and then Jerry was like, yeah, I can make it. And then I was a bit sad, but it's okay.
I had a great day.
I'll get a chance again.
Next week.
So all we need to do is get someone to stand in for you on the tournament running, and we can both play in the 70 Box Epic tournament.
Wow. But, I mean,
You can run the Vader Black Squadron Epic list.
Does it have to be
Three
an
ships.
employee that does the...
it's a casual tournament, so the TO is allowed to play. as long as there is a backup TO.
I can be the backup TO and cast.
So I mean, there's like numerous people.
Are the summer kids in?
Yeah, we've got summer kits.
Me and Greg just opened them, took the stuff out.
Just delete freebies
The-
on dicehateme.com.
I donated
Hey, it's still better than me. I
signed
lost
Boba Fett
the
cards
stress
to the
token
Nova
for that.
Open charity auction.
That's why I gave it to you.
Oh shit, I think I lost my stress tokens from that one too.
But just remember, if you give me some more, I can get more signed when we're up in Edmonton. So, and he
I
does
don't-
the Luke Skywalker Ultimate Art and...
I only have a movie still. I don't have the.
Well, Greg's bound to have them. They gotta be down there. You guys get them for the tournament.
No, but not the Nationals ones.
No.
I do want a Nationals Imperial Assault Boba Fett. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince him to see if he can get just reprints. The guy that actually did the architect.
Oh,
Oh,
the
yeah.
K
For a
turns
while,
and all the
he bought
hitting
one of his
things.
like medium-sized ones. They came with the card. And then, you know,
Oh,
I
they-
was brand new to the game. I didn't realize that the card alone was worth $200 on eBay. And he wanted $40 for the pictures.
FFG would have given him copies of the cards,
Yeah.
so he won't be able to reprint.
No.
No, but I'm just saying the thing is that he can get them to do a full art one, so it's not the authentic one. Do like what they did, you know, like the special ones, and then there'd be his own with his stuff on the back, so it's not valid to play.
I don't know, if you want to work with FFG again as an artist,
The thing is he's got to ask first, right?
Yeah.
You always ask before you do. You don't just do when you're an artist, right? You know that.
I will not comment.
I still say we need to do the pink 1 or pink 5 tournament. Remember from that one little YouTube thing, pink 5?
Pink
This
5.
chick who has like blind luck and somebody made a card for her that was just like if you roll all blanks you can convert everything over to crits. Like 5 crits. Pilot skill 1 for a X-Wing.
Well, then Bill and Chris might win. And then Bill and Chris might win.
You'd still five of
Bill
it.
will win because his dice just roll blanks. Chris's dice actively hate him, and they will roll plenty of hits and crits when he doesn't want them to. Like remember, when he's using R5PA, crit after crit after crit.
That's true. That's true.
If the dice were just, if the dice just rolled badly, it would just be blanks and focus.
Greg
But they
was a-
specifically hate him.
Greg didn't see the stream last week, so he doesn't know that my percentage of crits on R5P8 has skyrocketed for me already, 50% or above crit results.
Yeah, it just kept hitting me.
3 out of 4, I think it was. Yeah, it was 3 out of 4, and the
missed.
4th was a miss.
That's alright. You did 3 damage to them.
I know,
So,
Yeah.
I still beat Daryl, it's okay.
Doesn't matter that you did 3 to yourself as well. It's not relevant.
It's okay, I gonked 2 of them back onto myself anyway.
Oh, there you go.
It's all gravy, man, all gravy.
did you promise Epic next week? But I assume Greg can't actually do that.
It can, it won't, but it can.
What?
Play Epic next week.
Oh.
Sure, we
I
can recruit
could.
someone to do it. Would you like to play against Patrick?
I don't know, he's a bit of a shark.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad at
There was chumming the water, so there has to be a shark.
Jerry, what'd you do? 4 forward, so you're smashing your own player.
Hell yeah, so we do more damage.
Careful.
I can't help but feel that Pat's trying to get his one cheating moment per game in before the time runs out.
You need to turn around.
That'd be amazing. I love it.
Alright, get away from the game. 3.
Yeah, it's not a pat.
Only on stream.
Yeah. It's not a pat game on stream if he doesn't cheat at least once.
No.
Even by accident. Well, I'm sure we can find someone else to play Epic.
But it's so much effort setting up the A-frame.
Yeah,
Did it on my own today.
We should do Armada on a Monday night one time. With the new stuff, waves 3 and 4.
We can do Armada. I've not bought my stuff yet.
Yeah, clearly you aren't paying him enough. You need to be paying him in tiny plastic spaceships.
That's kind of what we're doing.
No. Rather than just like issue
I
a
could-
paycheck and file with the CRA, you just give him.
I wouldn't
ships.
actually be allowed to work here if I got my entire pay in tiny plastic pay. So.
Not your entire pay. Just tell him
His
it was a
wife
tiny
would,
plastic space.
I'm pushing the boundaries of acceptable behaviour as it is
What are you doing, Jerry?
with my retirement from real work.
Well, I'm trying to figure out activation. If I do a reinforce.
See, that was my plan. Come work at the Sentry Box to just have fun, not do a proper job, and let my wife do the proper job. And that's kind of backfired now, because now she
Should have kept
is a
it in
stay-at-home mum,
Should have kept it in your pants.
and my salary is supposed to keep 3 of us, which doesn't work.
See, that's why you don't build more units than you have food limit.
Groom a family without having enough food. Take some begging cards.
And I can't spend.
See, what
Agricola jokes.
I had lots of practice playing the game of life as a child, so I could never win at Monopoly, but winning at a game of life, I was all over that. Just give me any amount of money and I will spend it and then not have money for food. I'd like to think of it as a gift, but maybe curse would be a more apt description.
And that gives me overshot.
Lesson with suck.
In my defense, everybody needs 6 Seeks.
On my ship, yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And 4 Phantoms.
Yes.
If you can't run 4 Phantoms, you're just not trying hard enough.
You know I've run
I do know you've run it.
it. 4 Phantoms. Best list ever.
Why would you do that?
To fly into proton bombs.
It's almost like he tailored his list specially.
We were on a time limit, man. I didn't have all night. And you weren't the boss then, so I didn't have to let you win.
Reinforce the front.
So, 20 seconds remaining on the timer, which is meaningless.
Yeah, we'll let them keep
You got
going.
20 seconds left?
No, you've
can
got
keep going.
you've got at least another 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll probably call it quits around 9:30. Maybe do a grand interview with everybody.
I didn't leave as much space back here this time.
That's why we've got no green screen.
Yeah. But as you can see with the barrier set up, there isn't actually that much space having a table at each end.
No. It's all good.
As you can see, not the viewers.
When it's an epic game where we're only showing the one game, it's not like there's that much time of
Looking at the door.
looking at the door. Yeah.
The door and the please do not stack tables and chairs against this wall sign.
I don't know, people need to know that.
So we'll keep playing until the Pink Raider makes a meaningful contribution to the game.
I don't think we have that, Mom.
I know. He's evaded twice.
So the Gazanti
We did take a timeout on the whole field already, so
The Gazanti did turn into the Raider, so it won't be able to get behind him now.
we might grab him. And frankly, with how useful that Kozati is, that's probably the best use of those assets.
Or I can put it here.
Can Turkin assign a focus token to a huge ship? I don't think he can.
No, because you
Does
can't
he
assign
can't?
focus tokens to them at all.
He could, but it would just get discarded right away.
Yeah, you're immediately discarded.
Shuttle's kind of whatever.
I put a fleet officer on my raider in the build.
Yeah, they also discard stress tokens. So
They do, so I can.
that's pretty good.
I had some pocketed high advanced prototypes so I could target lock and then pass focuses with a fleet officer and not get stressed.
You can run this into my trench run.
So it's like, oh, I could coordinate and pass 1 token, or I can fleet officer and pass 2 for 3 points. Yeah,
It's winning.
winning.
See how hard we are to trying to secure you that epic match for next week.
Anyways, when's our next tournament?
Epic tournament? I don't know.
We're gonna do an epic tournament. Yeah. I don't know when. We're gonna do an epic tournament for sure.
It'll have to be probably after September so that they'll have time to get back from their various places.
Yeah.
What are you going back across the pond for?
Holiday, actually, just for fun, kinda.
We went there.
Well,
You want to wait until the kids are back.
we gotta see friends. The last few times we've been back has been like weddings and funerals, and so not a whole lot of time to like actually do stuff and see people. So this time we're gonna travel around the UK and see as many people as possible. And do some touristy things.
You know what I do for fun when I want to see my friends? I take time off work and then they come to Canada.
See, I've invited all my friends many times.
But they don't like you enough.
One of my friends came and visited once.
This is the second time. You've met Jono, in fact. Jono's going to be coming out again. I'm going to bring him in one Monday, get him on the stream. He doesn't play games anymore.
And Chris has better friends than you.
Yeah.
I've got one better friend.
Yeah, that's still very, frankly terrifying.
Actually, no, 2 of my friends
Have your
have been
parents been
out.
out to see you?
Well, they used to live in Okotoks, so yes.
There you are, see you. Greg's got better parents than me. So.
They've lived here. They don't get an excuse.
Tracy's parents came out a few times.
Joe's mum and dad are coming out soon. Can't wait. And that was on a sardonic. Can't wait to see the in-laws. I'm actually looking forward to it.
So you don't have the horrifying in-laws?
The first time I met Joe's mum and dad was at like 2:30 in the morning after we'd been on a night out. We were already in the house eating our pizza when they came in. And we opened a bottle of whiskey and we watched some Billy Connolly stand-up comedy
I was trying to see you.
until like 4 in the morning. So yeah, we're all good.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, what we have to do now when we go back to the UK is make sure we have like a backpack with a Canadian flag kind of sewn onto it.
So that people
Now
think
that-
you're an immigrant coming over
Now
stealing
that,
their
now that
job.
we are Canadian.
Try and talk to me.
Well, all my friends back home say I sound Canadian now.
He does not say Canadian.
I don't sound Canadian at all. Well,
A little.
a twang, but to Canadians I don't sound Canadian. Like
Do I have an accent,
it's
Greg?
clear that I am. It's clear that I am not a native Canadian or a Canadian who was born here.
You've gotten to that weird point where it's a mutant accent that's right in between the two of them, so that you don't really
true.
sound like either.
That's true.
They didn't sound like you're from near me.
No, I don't sound like I'm from Preston. Although I never sounded like I was from Preston. To be fair. But yeah, if I sew a Canadian flag on my bag and I try hard, maybe some British people will think I'm Canadian.
Just say a boot more and brag about
And
We have free healthcare in the UK.
But that's what Americans think Canadians sound like, so.
a
And everyone is bizarrely influenced by the Americans. You know, French people will actually ask police if they have a warrant, even though France has no such law.
I don't know. I've only.
In France, police don't need a warrant to search your shit.
I've never really dealt with the gendarme. Luckily.
It's a weird case of cultural osmosis because, you know, the United States bleeds into everything.
That would involve going to France to get involved with the gendarmes. And
3 days, but I can't.
About the people who
France is a nice country, but it's full of French people.
No, it's full of Parisians.
Well,
See, rural French people are fine.
Parisians, this is really, really good. This is good internet talk. Doesn't get me any hate mail at all.
I'm gonna have to go and
Not
see what's going on.
big fan of the Parisians.
Double obstruction.
No, I'm sure not all Parisians are the same. But I find them extremely rude and difficult to deal with. But then again, I suppose my Wigan accent on top of my pidgin French. But everywhere else, I mean, like when I was in Belgium, where they were also speaking French, if you try, they can understand you. If you're in Paris, they just look at you like you're a scum on their boot.
If you speak Quebecois French over there,
Yeah, exactly, because it's Parisians.
that's my point.
So,
It's their fault we have such a Quebecois problem, too. Remember, de Gaulle said, "Vive le Quebecois,"
So weird.
and that basically was one of the big things for the reason.
Sliding along the templates.
Raider on Raider action.
Yeah.
Searing hot Raider on Raider action.
Well, my one is pink, so
Well, turbo lasers are high temperature, so.
yes.
I saw that.
What's the
Two
shot?
hits.
Or 2 hits.
Oh yeah.
Raider's finally taking damage.
Beta.
Wow,
That's
that is a suicidal instigator.
it's determined to do something. It's been hanging around the back so long.
That's true. If it doesn't Vader now, it probably never will. Okay, I get it. I mean, it Vader twice
Must
to kill
do
Obama.
something.
It did Vader twice to kill Obama.
Yeah.
Gotta keep going.
You lost 2 shields to
Yeah,
take 1 off
I
them.
see, I see.
Yeah, you crit the shield because you just applied.
Imagine if Vader was dealer face-up damage card, like if he was released now, he probably would be. How
Well, Vader's your
broken?
bell killer.
How broken would that be?
That would be broken.
There's your everybody.
If it came out now, I'd think it would sneak under a radar.
No way. No way.
It would need to what, sorry?
It would sneak under a radar with playtesting. Wouldn't be that bad, people would run it through.
It'd have to be like 8 points and 2 slots and would still be too good.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Reinforce count as an evade token for purposes of ending this up?
No.
No.
No, it's not an evade.
It's
token.
add an evade result to your die.
Even if it does exactly the same thing, it is not an evade. token.
Right.
Because it is not spent even. I think next week for X-Wing we should just play 3 games of Dengaroo against Dengaroo again. That's what the people really want to see.
Dengaroo on Dengaroo.
You guys. Well, I don't
Some
want
hot
it.
Dengar on Dengar action with 2 Manaroos doing nothing.
And now you said it, now there is Rule 34.
Regardless,
No comment.
You did it, didn't you? You drew it yourself, didn't you?
No one draws married couples.
That's what you think. Now he's discussing how to fire best and most effectively with that. So, I don't know, Morgan goes on to have at it.
Oh, switch to regionals dice,
Yep.
just so that we can't see them.
I don't think he got anything. It looks like blanks.
Oh, there's faces on them.
It just on screen it looks like blanks. spending his energy to do another primary.
The Gazanti is not enjoying itself.
Yep. Chuck that Gazanti.
Oh, that seems not
Someone's
very
regional
nice.
dice are good. Those are worth paying for.
I'm gonna have to inspect those dice.
Not like mine were. Mine were bad.
Clearly the luck was not evenly proportioned.
Mine were exactly as lucky as you would expect them to be.
So only rolling crits when you were doing R5P8 or when you were hitting debris.
Not even. Just blanks.
And then spend the target lock from the back for
Hooray! Ouch.
I had to run outside.
Wow, the torpedo went.
So, how much hull remaining on that Gazanti? Like 3, 4?
3, I think.
6 left?
There's 9.
There's
3 crits.
okay.
Oh, it was no normal damage. I thought.
3 crits on the hull.
Okay, so 5 left.
There's 9 roll on it.
Is it 9? I thought it was 8. Maybe I'm on crack.
5 shields on it.
Almost as rugged as a ghost.
Ram that ghost.
Oh, it's less rugged than a ghost. I don't have to tell you.
You take a ghost, I'll take a
reinforce, can
Gazanti, and then we'll have a collision.
Let's see what happens. Thanks, man.
damage
The Gazanti doesn't even have
can't do
guns.
actions.
The Gazanti doesn't even have as powerful gun, honestly.
It has no natural gun.
Yeah,
You have to
and
add
you can only
one.
upgrade into a weak with a gun.
But you don't need a gun. Just ram that ghost.
Yep.
And then roll like blanks, take no damage.
Gazantis can't reinforce, can they?
I
Don't know.
think they can. Pretty sure they can.
Well, that would actually make it a little more resilient than a ghost against some things.
It depends. If it's one-on-one, the ghost can also evade. So it's the same.
Yeah.
Your evade token
general
means
sense,
nothing when it rams you.
Neither does a reinforce.
Doesn't matter, you're
And
dead.
I would ram you, and then you would overfly me.
No.
I'll put some advanced protons on
That's
it
not
and try and
reinforced.
kill you.
That's
on
reinforced.
Yeah. It's got reinforce, recover, coordinate, target lock, and then
It is
On-
reinforced, so against a tie storm,
You
it's
can-
more durable.
you can
Why does it have
add
target lock?
you can add the jam because
So
you can
if you
add a
It doesn't
gun.
have a gun.
You can take a gun.
Take a gun.
Flips after my next one.
Or isn't there an upgrade that something
slot
else
for a
can take your target lock, or when you target lock you can pass it? I'm sure there's some kind of
It must be.
I remember reading some kind of crew or something that lets you do that.
To be honest, I don't even think I looked at any of the upgrades for my Gazanti.
I looked at them once and was done.
You can give it the jam action by adding like a sensor array or something weird.
You can use the skill 8 deploy.
Skill 8 deploy.
Oh, suppressor. Once per round, after you acquire a target lock on an enemy ship, you may remove one focus evade or blue target lock token from that ship.
So that's kind of useful. There's definitely one that
I think
lets
you're a
you,
And you can still
when you target lock, you can give it to another friendly ship.
It's not one of the titles, though.
you can
No.
The vector
still
is deploy 4 ships.
Yeah.
you can still only target lock at range 1 to 3 and without huge.
Yeah.
That's
Barring that sensor team or whatever it is. That lets you target
Yeah.
lock
1 to 5. Yeah.
oh yeah.
You know you want to take sensor team on it. And then no gun.
Can I
I just target lock
No gun.
target lock things to knock the tokens off.
Can I just put
Yeah.
ST321 on it?
I'm gonna go with no.
Long range scanners.
What we're doing. So
Oh, if only you could.
if I get any hits.
We didn't establish crits.
Something happened.
Pull out the Atari Classic.
So the RNGing the move for the shuttle, so that Jeremy can't get in their head. So Jeremy has to outplay the dice.
So
Without knowing what the dice are.
I'm assuming they had like a choice of a couple of maneuvers.
Well,
They're not going to be like
I
hard
think it's
right
all stop or 3 forwards.
yeah, there's not exactly a lot of choices, but there are choices.
But I figured out last night when I was up until 4 in the morning trying to complete a mission on XCOM 2 that it isn't just dice that hate me, it's any RNG related function. I couldn't do a mission because even though I took 5 80% chance shots in a row, none of them hit.
You're just not good enough, Chris.
You know that scene in Red Dwarf when Lister first wakes up? It's like, where's your assault team, Chris? We're all dead, Dave. Well, not Kachansky, dead. But she was behind her cover. It would have been like a 1% shot. Dead. They're all dead, Dave. Dead.
You should never play
They're all
Diablo.
dead.
You should never play Diablo.
Just don't play games, Chris. Just don't play live.
Those games.
Live.
I should play Candyland. Because
Isn't
then
it just pure dice rolls?
no,
Card based.
it's the deck is set before you play, so the outcome of the game is decided before any of the players start playing. Because the order of deck's fixed.
That doesn't sound interesting at all.
It's not. It's a game for like 3-year-olds to get them used to counting spaces. You go 2 blue, so you go to this blue space is 1 blue, and the next blue space is 2 blue.
And I changed it. So we need to
Maybe you should play Go.
split it as I
Patrick
cover
tried
that.
to cheat again.
Whoa, that was like so.
No, totally. That's that. I won't tell anyone that.
Just make up a move, do a hard one.
At this point, you just think it's on the dial, don't you?
Juno, man.
Also got
Juno.
Exactly. You really need to up your Juno Eclipse game, though.
Right.
I've got 2 in my hands.
Do I need to tell the story again? If Juno Eclipse at range 1 with a target lock
Roll better, man. Get good.
can push 1 damage through onto a fire spray, I don't know what to tell you.
Other than you're terrible.
Yeah, all me.
Yep.
Flanking a fire spray seems like the wrong thing to do. I should have obviously chased it,
Yeah.
especially as it was Cast Scarlet. Definitely should have been chasing it. But no,
Clearly.
I can fly it perfectly, and yet Juno will not get the job done for me.
So I mean, the choices are.
Like I said, you just need to roll better.
Still have a winning record that list.
Roll better.
Anyway, just if we can discuss that tomorrow. WTI, just because
So I don't feel like Claire's lost any of his stuff yet.
Just trying to find those UK nationals or songs. Maybe I should just Google it rather than trying to remember where I saw it.
So I kind of need to know what you're doing with your.
Yeah, no, that's
thinking just.
So I could, if I do this, gives me shots here.
We're in the planning phase still, so we could go over the last talking point that I wrote down and talk about the pilot skill bidding. And
I just want to mention, go back to that thing I was talking about with the target lock thing. But it actually, the one I was thinking of, is irrelevant as to whether you have a target lock action, because it's it's targeting coordinator. In the energy phase, you may spend 1 energy to choose one friendly ship at range 1 to 2. Acquire target lock, then assign the blue target lock token to the chosen ship. So even that doesn't matter that you have a target lock.
so it is purely the suppressor title or putting the gun on it.
Pretty much seems to be. Sorry. Anyway.
So, talking point, the final one we have for tonight is the pilot skill bidding and where we see it now, what levels are worth coming in at, how that's changed as the game's developed. So, do you want to open with your thoughts, Greg?
Oh, it's definitely changed from how it was a little while back, where everyone was as high as possible or as low as possible. You know, PS11 betas and
PS11
9s and 10s and stuff like that. Now you're seeing PS8, Inquisitor, and Omega Leader.
I feel like Inquisitor and Omega Leader were the big ones that unlocked the pilot skill war. As soon as things went down to 8, it's like, well, why not go down to 6 and take a Vessery? Why not? And it just, as soon as it isn't 9, other levels.
That's
Really,
one.
it was just Whisper that made everyone obsess over 9, 10, 11.
Yeah.
That, and obviously you had the triple scouts coming in at 3, which meant your PS2s
They're just gonna die.
were just going to die. So that made everyone then want to be somewhere above 3. So you started seeing 4s floating around for generics.
Grey Squadron Y-Wings.
Unnamed.
Yeah, that worked well for you, didn't it?
So yeah,
Anyway.
it's definitely opened it up.
Major cut.
You still don't see too many 1s and 2s right now, but 3s, 4s, some of the middle numbers are
Focus token again.
out there a bit more. But it seems like something that people aren't super concerned about and taking VI and everything. So, you know, Dengar Manaru, 9 and 4.
Yeah, and Dengar doesn't even care.
No.
You come in at 10.
No,
Whatever.
he doesn't
You still
care
get
at all.
the same initiative.
Dash has always been a thing at 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dash is a little more prominent now since he actually can help that you wrote pretty well.
So yeah, you definitely see more of the middle, which is good.
So, pilot skill 5, Tenari Point Veterans, that's where it's at. So, are we all agreed?
And
The
so
Fire Point veterans, you
Point
mean?
veterans, yeah.
No, it's almost like.
PS5.
Yeah, but it's
I
not
know.
like.
I mean, PS6s. Glaives are
Waves, Vessery.
Robots.
robots. Yeah. So
I still feel like PS8 robots are strong.
yeah, I
Well,
mean,
now they're stronger than they used to be because, like, back in the old Pilot Skill Wars when everything was beat Whisper,
9s, 10s,
it
11s.
was irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, no, don't bother. Why bother?
Yeah, now PS8 robots is beating Dash, is tying with Omega Leader,
And that's
Going
one of
after
the
Dash makes that matchup so different.
yeah.
yeah,
Dash being one of the harder matchups of robots normally. So
Yeah, all you really need to do is slot out the crack shot for it, and crack shot was really just +1 damage.
yeah.
Once, so.
That's the thing. I've still, having played robots a reasonable amount, there's not a like shoe-in for the PT slot. That you're like, that is the one that you always take, in the same way that
You're a big fan of
Fel and Inquisitor.
PTL and advanced sensors.
Well, I mean,
They look great.
you can't fit that with HLCs, but
Flechette cannons, man.
I still feel like
Because then you get to take your black market slicer tools.
I still like the idea of one with a Wrangler and one with HLC and a tractor. Someone actually flew that reasonably well in a regional somewhere.
It's fine.
I like it just because it's different.
Yeah, it's fine, but manglers won't always get the job done.
That's why the other one has an HLC.
Yeah.
Oh, and for the record, I found that list with Juno in it. It was 9th at UK Nationals.
Yeah. So what was in it?
2 TIE Defenders and Juno.
There you go. So the TIE Defenders did that heavy lifting.
X7 Predator Glaive Squadron, X7 Predator Riyadh, and Juno.
Yeah.
With Duke Accuracy Corrector.
There you go. Duke accuracy corrector is different. I was going for a PS9 list. So my theme was that I wanted to fly. No, I wanted to fly a fun themed list, and I did. I flew the PS9s. Were none of them were Fel or Vader, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every second of flying it, and most of the seconds of rolling the dice with it. It's an absolute joy to fly.
so what's actually going on in this game?
Really long planning phases.
They actually moved the shuttle. They're trying
the
to
shuttle's now
see
fleeing.
if the shuttle is going to die or not.
I'm pretty sure it's dead. Colson has nothing better to do than kill it, so...
And
Well, how many
Well,
shields?
how much effort is it worth to try and kill it with Colson? And those X7s are also chasing it down. They don't have much else to do.
How much damage is on it, though?
Shield should be down.
the shuttle's almost dead, isn't
It's
it?
got one hit left.
Oh, it has one
It should be dead by now.
Okay, yeah, there's 2 defenders and an advanced pointing at it with nothing better to do than kill it. So, yeah.
There's a bomber there that one of the defenders who looks like it.
There's 2 defenders. Alright, 1 defender and an advanced.
You want to do the last hit trap bomber as well. If you can not lose anything, take out the shuttle and the defender.
Oh, you didn't give
You're in
them
draw
half-
territory.
And you didn't give them the half point to the shuttle.
Don't need to, he's going to be dead soon.
I'll give them all the points to the shuttle.
Yeah.
Watch as the most improbable rolling happens and the shuttle doesn't die.
It's got Palpatine. The worst result possible would be that one crit is applied, and then you would Palpatine you dead.
Because it doesn't live that long.
It will.
That bomber could kill it.
It will.
I said improbable dice roll. I didn't say practically possible. It could happen, man.
The Gazanti could have engine upgrade on it, and
it could.
on top of it.
You lie. You cheat like Patrick on stream.
It's true. It's true. See, when you phrase it like that, it's not racist.
How is it racist when you do it?
I don't think it can be racist unless it's like systematic, right? Otherwise, it's just discrimination.
I don't feel like we can possibly discriminate against you though. You should be privileged that we let you at our table. Sit at the back of us.
Like, it's not discrimination when you're calling out a specific individual for the actions that they chose to take.
It's not like he repeatedly cheats.
It's not like we're assuming he cheats because of his skin color or something.
Don't know.
I shouldn't need to cheat because I'm so privileged.
That's it, man. That male white privilege, it's just not doing it for you.
I got a lot of privilege. I'll admit, I take full advantage.
I don't. I'm too lazy to take advantage of my privilege. Seems like hard work. I don't know. British as well, don't you know? You know how awesome my passport is?
You're gonna have to get a new one that doesn't say European Union on it
True.
soon.
No, obstacles can be actually pretty close together. They're placed as pairs in Epic, so the two obstacles that are above the pink crater are allowed to be that close to each other. In fact, they're not allowed to be that far apart, to be much further apart.
There was another one that was where the raider is currently sat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they stepped on it. That's why that one that's just behind it doesn't seem to have a partner. The Raiders stepped on it. Hurt.
So, Bizanti may live through this round.
Your passport is less awesome than it was in the
No, to be honest, the lack of European Union on the passport is irrelevant because the British passport was already so strong. Like, if it's I've made to pick a country that's actually in the EU because it's the internet and I won't get shutted down. So if Greece left the European Union, then yes, I feel that the passport would be less strong. But the British passport, because we own the world, is already pretty good, you know?
You know, technically, because of this one tiny little weird-ass island out in the Pacific, the sun still has not technically set on the British Empire.
Yeah.
Because of that one tiny little island.
You know, see, because we're awesome.
As soon as there's, in a couple hundred years, I think there will be a
I'm just
solar
gonna point
eclipse over
out-
that planet. Or, sorry, chunk of island. So,
Whatever,
technically set.
whatever your political, views of the US, if they were still part of the empire, you wouldn't have to make that choice. The Queen had just have made it for you.
Look, if the U.S. controlled every territory that it had ever attempted some sort of military intervention in, it would own the world. It would own more than the British ever have.
But we owned America, so
Past tense.
at some point it's just like unruly children. You've got to let them. Boys will be boys.
Yes.
I like to make friends and influence people on the internet.
To answer a question, we are in Canada, but Chris and Greg are filthy immigrants that stole jobs from locals. Because that's what we're supposed to say, right?
That's right. I came in.
His last name is Wong.
So yeah, I'm a big fan of immigration.
Would have loved to.
Yeah, well, I was born here.
I'm definitely going for that.
That's such a stupid minefield. You can't have a discussion about that topic without stepping into stupid.
This one's gone.
See,
I watched it.
Yeah, from my perspective, pretty much everyone in North America is an immigrant.
so you look like
Except
a
for the
nail.
handful of brown people that are left.
You look like a nail pointed out in a Twitch chat that island that Calvin was talking about is home to child molesters, but he did just put home of a child molesters. I just assumed he meant Middlesbrough
Why not both?
because statistically. Not saying there's a lot of paedophiles in
smoggies.
Middlesbrough, but that's what the statistics say. I'm not saying that.
Don't you know numbers are racist?
Not as many as in the Vatican, I'm sure.
We're back to Aunt territory now.
Yes.
Too soon.
That one's less likely to provoke an internet shitstorm because everyone on the internet agrees with us.
In other news, some ships
No, but we're on to shooting now. We're making choices.
ships moved around and some dice might be rolled.
Which is the active ship.
They're just deciding now.
Is Marek Steele?
That's a target lock
Yeah,
action,
but we're
so-
about to get to
Marek
shooting.
Steele still alive? He'll be shooting
yeah.
first.
Only the Glaive Squadron X7 is dead.
Yeah.
So the two remaining red Glaive Squadron models are not actually Glaive Squadron.
It's Marek and Countess. I
No, it's
believe.
Vessery, isn't it?
Oh, they changed his list. I forget.
I thought it was Vessery.
So long ago. Either way, Merrick Steele's shooting first.
He's the highest. He's the highest skill pilot here.
Or should I add?
Oh, it's Tarkin time. Not as good as I was expecting to be, honestly. I was expecting Tarkin to be like a genius and do interesting things.
Here, I almost guarantee.
It's kind of boring. His actual attack.
6
Unless I
points.
guarantee, but then I take it.
Give a focus or take away a focus.
But if you've got the focus on the ship, it's easy on defense as well and potentially stop more damage. Choices.
Chris is getting involved.
Outside interference.
Outside interference. That's a yellow card.
Fine, no
It's a
problem.
yellow card offense.
TO is it?
No, what's next?
Wait, you're not a senior TO.
I could pass the lead TO if you like. That's also me.
The marshal.
I'm wearing many hats.
I think we're going to lose our appeals.
This was the right choice, getting the censor jammer.
This is the worst appellate court ever.
That being said, if you can't kill him, you suck.
I did not hear what he said.
That being said, if you can't kill him, you suck. At rolling dice. Is he dead? Dead. And he's got to spend it to guarantee. Dead. Dead.
Dead shuttle.
Hooray!
So
Yeah.
20. So it's 33 points for that shuttle.
He's got sensor jammer.
Pulp and sensor jammer.
Yeah.
What is... Oh, Omicron group is 22.
Yeah.
No, wait, he's
21.
29 points for a pulp shuttle.
Yeah, plus 3.
33 is
So
84.
You don't let him do it by himself.
I'm a big boy, Greg. Like I said, all he needs to do now
I've
is
seen him try and do mental health check and spelling before.
Well, see, I wanted him to do it wrong so I could make fun of him again.
punctuation and spelling. I will just concede the game now. So you know that
You change place first.
if they manage to kill the bomber and nothing dies,
Yeah.
just the bomber.
That seems very likely.
The bomber's gonna die? It's reasonable. I mean, the bomber's pretty badly hurt. I think a hit will kill him.
One will kill it.
It's a pretty pants roll. No hits on the first roll.
Wow.
It
Tragic.
needs one hit.
Gotta go through.
By the way,
Palpatine's dead.
Good enough.
He's dead. Cheated, but it didn't matter.
I accidentally took an action.
Oh.
Doesn't surprise me that you cheated.
Hey, like
So how many points is that bomber? Because, just so they don't mock me.
26.
We actually have recorded proof of it, so
Recorded proof of what?
you cheated. Possibly.
Every time I'm cheating.
Like I said, every time you're on a streak.
Every time.
Oh dear. It's a 3-point game, boys. A 3-point game. I'm not going to say who's
No.
3 points because I can't do math. 7-point game, boys. I was up until 4 in the morning playing XCOM. Shut up.
He's always had a bit of a blind spot with 7s.
There isn't an X in front of it. It doesn't register. So, as I actually said before I tried to read numbers, if they can kill that and then nothing dies.
Well, that was high pilot skill, though, so there's still a lot of shooting to go around.
The
Question is, where's it
Gazanti.
going to go?
In fact,
The Gazanti had 6 hull remaining. I don't know if it.
reinforced.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's now got 2 shields.
Where are
and
those
6
defenders
hull.
going to go?
Wait, it reinforced or it recovered?
Recovered, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, it got some shields back.
Those defenders can really. Two of those defenders can only go one way. So.
So it has 9 hull and 5 shields.
That's what it starts with.
Max, yes.
And it's now got 7 remaining. 7 hit points remaining.
2 shields and
1 shield and 6
1
hull
shield and
left.
6. Yeah. It's gonna die.
Half points.
It's gonna die.
It only needs half points, isn't it?
They don't give up half points because they're not a large ship.
He's sicking me. X-Wing can die in a fire.
It's gonna die anyway. I mean, it's gonna take like 2 torpedoes.
Speaking, large ship.
I can't tell if it's in the front arc of the Raider,
23 with the
but it's definitely gonna
The back
take.
corner looks like
It
it's
is in the
probably
front
dead.
arc of a Raider.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a whole bunch of shots from the Raider as well as that one defender.
Fine.
Oh, it hasn't shot there, has it?
No. Well, shit.
No, the defender. I meant.
The defender has
just shot. That just took 1 shield off.
Oh.
And it's double volley.
What the hell was that?
Bad rolling.
We got around there already.
I honestly expected that.
There we
defender
go.
to do more.
So
This is the last turn anyway.
What I mean?
next one is firing.
Oh, now it's currently chucking the Raider. Go, Wave Squadron, go!
Two, so it's another.
Was the sacrifice of Echelon Squadron worth it after all?
So we're playing the long game, man. And to me, it looks like Tarkin managed to assassinate the Emperor.
Sorry, it's 1 in there, so then 2.
Tarkin and Vader making a power play.
Apparently. Well. All gonna come down to that Raider. What?
I think you've got to go for one of the defenders and hope you just one-shot it.
I don't think the Raider can shoot any of those defenders.
There's that one.
Oh, the other Raider, yeah. The pink Raider can shoot defenders. But
Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
that's the one that's activating right now.
I was thinking, like, what do Pat and Clay do?
Oh, they just pile everything into a Gazanti and try and kill it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to get a torpedo shot. It's too close with the back arc.
That's true.
The front arc might have a.
That's true.
That's why you take assault concussion missiles.
Yeah.
That's why you take for ones that let you fire twice.
Clusters.
Clusters. To take assaults and kill yourself, man. Yeah. Assault missiles. It's good.
You can't.
Does it not splash onto?
Yeah.
Assault missile splash to range 1, but you can't fire on range 1. Reimer can. Why he would, I don't know.
I think
He can.
I think Reimer should be a thing. What you should do is take 100-point Reimer.
Primary.
Seems good.
Not in epic, just in standard play.
I tried advanced torpedo Reimer once with push.
Or sorry, 1 crit.
It worked once. It was a glorious moment, and then they stopped me.
Shield, which one is that? 24?
First damage on a defender?
Wow, a TIE Defender, I believe Squadron took
2
damage.
energy to fire again.
Lift your jacket.
There's 2. I'm going to do my target lock.
Yeah,
4.
I could hop the stairs. It could happen.
Yeah. No, we got to 1 second here.
Yeah. I do believe the...
So the defenders left with 1 hit. Now they need to choose whether to Vader or not.
This is the 2 energy I use. Fire the gun.
That is just the Gozanti and the Raider left to fire for JT.
The problem is I'm going to take damage still got probably 8
think.
there. Yeah.
This is the last turn. This is the last turn of the
Last
game.
turn?
Yeah.
Of regulation play, or
just
that's all we're
last
playing.
This is all we're playing.
Years anymore, do they?
Feel free to take it outside
Well,
and play in the rain,
it's-
but
Quarter to 10. So
Weak. Okay, so I'm gonna Vader this guy then. Where do you want me to take a few damage?
How does half points work for
It
each
doesn't.
card?
but you don't get
Doesn't.
half points.
So if,
2 in the front.
you have to cripple a section to get points, is my understanding.
so then let's go for the front and just try to.
Yeah.
Like this is the last round or the next round?
This
This
is the
one
last
that you're
round.
currently playing is done.
So it's just his ship and my guy.
How many points was that defender? 40, I think. Oh yeah.
They killed a defender?
Yeah. Vader to kill it.
Yep.
Ooh. So if they don't kill the Gazanti, just turn it.
I'm not gonna.
So this is basically the last shots.
Yeah, with his anti-shot should be irrelevant.
This is still in, aren't you? This is all in.
No, my arc.
Oh,
X-wings. This guy.
yeah, no, I got you.
So because you don't get points, you only get crippled points.
And you can't cripple a section on the one card ship.
Nope.
You can kill it though,
Yeah.
for points. So.
The Gazanti, I think the Raiders 4 is the closest one to being crippled. It has 6 hull remaining, and 0 shields, I believe.
No shields. 2 damage. On the front of mine.
So they are.
So there's 1 damage.
This is on.
The front of the
Gazanti.
Now primary.
no, the front of the Raider.
Yeah,
Raider. How much health does the Raider have?
It's got,
It's got 5 left now.
on the front section.
It's not reinforced, right?
No,
If you die,
Well, the front's worth 50 points because they would get the points for the crippled section. Yes.
Yeah, they get points for the cripple.
So that would make
But
it
that's the thing,
153
they
to
need
50.
Kill regardless. They need to kill something. Like, it doesn't matter. They have to take the easier job.
Nothing.
Yeah.
So this is Direct hit, 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1 damage remaining. Spending the energy on the Raider
Double
to
tap.
fire again. It's tense.
No modifiers left.
This is for a draw.
1.
And he gets a die roll, and it's a blank. So he cripples,
The 4 section.
and we decided that 4 was worth
It's 50.
50
It has
exactly.
no upgrades on it.
50 even.
So that makes it a tie, basically.
Told you it's a 3-point game. Called it.
I had a shot on that defender.
Yeah, so is that it?
That's it.
Do you want to know the scores on the doors?
We were waiting until that happened.
Pat and Clay have got 53 points. Jeremy and Jerry have got 150 points.
So
It is a
ignore
3-point game.
153 to 150.
What did I say? I don't know.
You said 53.
Sorry.
So by 3
Good work.
I'm tired.
That's even with this being destroyed?
That's
with
where
every
that-
point game.
Crippled.
Yeah.
You only get the points for the section you crippled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were winning by 47 points.
Oh man.
47 points. Yeah.
We had that.
Hey, you watch enough LCS to know. Don't do math on straight.
All you had to do was dot Vader.
So
Yeah,
basically,
you
You
wouldn't
wouldn't have
killed
done
the
it.
tie.
You know what?
I had a shot from this.
Yeah, shot from there.
One more turn though.
Yeah, one more turn. Well, yeah, the Glaive's getting to motivator.
Even if that hadn't happened.
If you had not killed the defender and he had not killed it, yeah, I believe so. It was 7 points.
Vader lost at the game.
Oh no, because then, oh no, he'd already shot with Gazanti, hadn't he?
No, they wouldn't
So,
get a chance to shoot
as it turns out, the Epsilon bait was genius play.
It made the game a lot
they still-
closer than it
they still
could have
lost.
been, because they would have hit the time limit for actual tournament game here.
We would have had a really hard time. We would have had a really hard time winning, especially after that happened.
Okay, so I'll throw it back over to the desk.
Very nice close game.
So there we go, the Team Epic game.
Was it worth it,
A
guys?
long game.
Well, I knew it was going to be long.
Yeah, that was good. I feel like it's a better format for watching and playing Team Epic compared to normal Epic.
Yeah.
In that extra 100 points, we actually get so much more stuff on the table.
And having a teammate, I think, just to
Yeah, it's more fun.
commiserate with or celebrate with.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah, now Jeremy can hold this over Jerry forever.
Well, I mean, basically, I guess now they've changed the rules about ties and whatever.
This will tell you,
even
the Epic tournament rules have not actually been updated.
okay, so that would be a draw,
That would be a modified win.
a modified win, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. In my eyes, that's basically a draw.
Oh, it's a good game.
If it
Well,
had
in the
gone
eyes
long,
of FFG, now it's a win.
if it had gone longer, then I feel like Clay and Pat would have had it. But
Okay, so we've not managed to convince Greg to play Epic again next week, but we'll sort out some X-Wing for you all.
Well,
I
then
promise,
one of these people.
I will promise that it will not be Dengaroo against Dengaroo. Will not be allowed on the stream next week.
we'll see.
We'll have some fun lists.
Only the mirror disallowed, right? Because you're still going to play it. He's a terrible person.
I'll let Rich play it and I'll destroy him with
They
Miranda.
did their job.
If Rich is here.
Getting him distracted.
He's not here because it's his birthday today.
Coming down.
Otherwise, I'm sure he would have been here.
Yeah, happy orbital marker to him, right?
Yes.
He's 40 now, he's nearly dead.
Yeah.
It's overhill.
Yeah. He's done.
All downhill from here. Yep, so we'll be back again next week for some more X-Wing. And then the week of the 5th, the story's actually closed. And I will be coming back from the Nova Open, so hopefully I'll have some content and we can do a pre-recorded show to run on the 5th. But we'll see, no promises as of yet. But yeah, thanks for watching everybody. And anything for you guys closing?
No, hopefully people enjoyed watching a bit of Epic.
Yeah,
I think it's good for a change.
some good times.
Yeah.
Thanks
If only we
everyone.
can persuade someone to do an epic game against you next week for the French run. We'll see.
I might. We'll see.